This is Revelations Demigods, Session 1.
You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
Hello, and welcome to Demigods on Happy Jacks. This is a very exciting time. Also, just so you know, we are doing character generation and then right into gameplay. The character generation doesn't take very long in this, so we're calling this episode 1 and just blasting right into gameplay. So we're doing it all. Anyway, hi, I'm Jason. I wrote and directed Demigods. It's a Powered by the Apocalypse game of my own design. It's a modern day setting of magical realism in which the characters are the offspring of gods, and we have players playing characters.
Yes. Hello. You're probably looking right now, if you're watching us live, you're seeing we don't have name tags. It's because I didn't want spoilers. So when we do character creation stuff, we'll put up name tags after we do that. But my name is Kimmy, and I'm playing a very exciting character. I'm very excited about this character, and very excited about this game, and...
Sweet, I'm Abria, and I don't know spoilers, so hey! Finger guns.
It's good that you said it for people just listening.
Yeah.
Finger guns?
Absolutely. I've learned to explain as I do weird pantomime things.
That's good.
Can I just get finger?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. Hi, I'm Adam.
You should really use at least 2.
But
Well.
there are 2 fingers that the British use. Those are also not nice. Hi, I'm Adam, and I like fingers. Weird facts about fingers.
I got a bunch of them.
Right? Yeah. I am here, and I am very excited about this game. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, and
Yay, and I'm Sam. I don't have any weird facts about fingers to share
Disagree.
yet, but I'm going to be playing a character that I'm very excited about. So, yay!
Awesome sauce.
Cool. So let's just jump right into the start of this.
Okay.
Yay!
Now, we did
Let's do it.
some talking ahead of time, just so we wouldn't spend a million years figuring out basics about our characters.
yes.
But we have not done connections between characters and stuff like that at all, really.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff we have to do, and also some of the basics of actual choices you want to make on your character sheet about attributes and moves and things. Kind of want to talk through that so everyone has an idea of how that works. Cool. And for those listening in, Kimmy and Adam have played this before. Wait, did you play this? No?
No.
Okay, and then Abria and Sam are brand new to it, so it's kind of a cross-section of... Actually, Adam was there in the very first play test, and then
first one.
Kimmy's been to a couple play tests, and so we have a wide range of experience for players.
We're gonna ruin your baby.
That's-
I will.
We're gonna
No, Joseph
stretch
Smith,
it.
don't
Yeah.
fuck that baby.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
This is gonna be good.
good stuff.
I'm glad we went there so quickly, and I don't have to worry about
Yes. You're welcome.
it. So while this game is basically finished, parts of it are still in development, and there will be moments during the game where I'm like, well, I don't know how that works. Let's make it up as we go.
Yeah.
And also there will be times where we come in and I'm like, guess what? Your playbook changed. Here's the new one. And
Yay!
Because
So-
this is the very first campaign of this
Right.
game, right? So
Yeah.
we've run one-shots. You've run one-shots. Tons of different people to test it. But this is the first time we've tried it in a long-form setting.
Yes.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
You're the one I petition when I'm like, I would like to fly and have a pony and be 4 times taller.
Yeah, that's
I think-
possible. You probably
on the
should have
list.
played the warrior, because they can definitely do all
made
3
my
of those
choice.
things. Fly, pony, yeah, they can definitely do all of those.
Perfect.
But the other thing is the having only played one-shots and with not having a campaign, I have a theory that my sort of XP counter, they're called threads, is going to go buck wild.
Yeah.
And we may have to rein that in at some point and make an adaptation. So, but never been able to test it before, so here we go. And everyone's going to be level 8 by round 2. So
That is the goal.
For science.
yeah. So lots of little things like that still have to happen. But hopefully within the next couple months, we're going to be petitioning publishers and sending out playtest materials and letting other people try it without me there,
exciting.
which is super scary and exciting.
And a Kickstarter?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what the publisher wants to do. So
Sweet.
we gotta. There's a lot of stuff we don't know yet. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
Going little by little. We'll just jump into character creation.
Cool.
Say it.
Let's do it.
So should we go around and say what books we've picked?
Yeah, because the first step of character creation is pick a playbook.
Woohoo!
And one thing I want to
Done.
say about playbooks in Demigods is the playbooks are all along the lines of what kind of demigod you want to be, but it doesn't have to reflect who your divine parent is. So demigods all have a divine parent, either a divine being immortalified themselves for a little while. The gods can't really come to Earth for very long because they start bending reality around them, and it's a whole mess. Like, that's a problem. But they can come for visits.
It's like when Bria and I walk into the club and just everything stops
Yeah.
because we're
It's
so hot.
so crazy. And we're like,
Yeah.
that's why we can't be up
Yeah.
in the club
In
that
the club.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
when
don't
we
go
get started,
to the club, I go to Duck Club.
Duh Club, yeah. Before we get started, though, let's
Yeah.
Yes.
take a drink
Cheers.
to a new game and a new campaign.
Cheers.
Oh, now I should have had wine. I just had my coffee. Cheers with coffee.
Yeah, this is good.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's
Samantha
Coffee
brought
is the drink of the
ooh,
gods.
a really nice rosé
Yeah.
to
This is
start
very
today.
good.
Yeah, it's just the Apothic Rosé.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Pretty delicious.
Here
Great
for
way
it.
to start a campaign. All right.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, playbooks.
So with playbooks, like if you want to pick the muse, who's sort of the creative bard, buffer character, your parent doesn't have to be somebody like Aphrodite or somebody sort of charismatic. Your divine parent could be, like Zeus, who's a real dick.
Hey.
I mean, just objectively, he is. That's-
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, no one disagree.
And
So-
literally, many times, just a dick.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So Demigods is the characters do not have to reflect their divine parent, and in fact, while you're still a demigod, so the arc of these characters is that eventually they will become gods, right? That's kind of the big picture story. On their way there, though, demigods can actually be recruited or poached by other pantheons. So most demigods are like, yeah, I'm a kid of the Greeks, and like that's cool. I'll be a Greek god someday, or wherever wherever their pantheon's from. But if you don't like your pantheon, or you don't like what they're up to, or you just like this other pantheon better, and you're like, you know what, I think I'm going to hook up with these folks. You have that possibility because you're not fully gods. You're still mostly human at this point, and so that's a thing. Another little thing about background is the setting. In Demigods, not to infringe on anyone's belief systems because that would be rude, but in this pretend world,
No world. Be offended.
all of the gods are real, and they exist.
All.
Yeah, every single one, and they exist because people believe in them, right? In the power of human imagination has spawned all of the divine beings you can think of, and they're all real, and they all do what they do. So there's like 7 or 8 sun gods pushing the sun through the sky. It just depends on how you look at them. So it's all true at the same time, right?
I
There's
love
some
it.
dimensional physics going on here.
Right, yeah.
So
I really like that idea of just like high surface area and it's like,
yeah,
good job.
yeah,
It's
and
like Apollo, Quadrant 12, ready to go.
yeah. Several of them are the sun, and they're like, "Yep, just keep pushing, guys." Yeah. So all of it's true at the same time. Total madness.
Got it.
Love it.
So yeah, I think that's enough background for now.
Cool.
There are a bunch of playbooks to pick from. I'm not going to list them all, but do you want to, Kimmy? Do you want to tell us
Totally.
which one you picked?
So after much deliberation and debate, I chose the Trickster. So it's kind of based on gods like Loki and Coyote, however you pronounce it. It can be someone who's like mischievous and joking, or it can be someone who like wants to like teach lessons to people and have them learn what they think is truth. So I was really interested in that.
That sounds super fun.
Very exciting.
Sweet. I'm going to play the Celestial, which I love. They're a fun mix of like the person trying to get to like the deeper truth by like peering behind the veil, and there's also like a really strong like hunter streak, which feels like it's going to be really fun to play.
Nice.
So
Cool.
I'm super excited. Yeah. That you do.
I am playing the Elemental Playbook, which is like the gods of the earth, fire, wind.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Wind and Fire.
Yeah, nailed it.
You remember?
First try.
Thank you. But yeah, earth, wind, fire, water, etc. So the elements themselves bend to my will.
Mm-hmm. Or at least
Well,
the one.
one.
Does. Yeah.
One
You
element.
could be the avatar. You don't
Give
know.
him time.
That's right. You don't
Give him
know.
time.
You're gonna have to pick.
And I am going to be playing the Arcane, which is the magic user, witch, wizard, sort of trying to bend the world to your will, as it were, which should be super fun.
Yeah, and it's a distinguishing factor too, because all of you are supernatural beings and can sort of bend the fates a little bit, but the Arcana's like made a career out of it. So there are also lots of things where some of these playbooks are kind of meant to also imply your character's kind of side job or like responsibilities as being aware of your pantheon. Like a Celestial will sometimes just get random visions and need to like take care of it. No one's playing the Reaper, but like all Reapers will get called to take care of somebody passing on to the, like you just have to like, oh, closest Reaper, go help out, and like move them along to their afterlife.
It's like Lyft for dead people.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. So things like that.
Up Joe.
Yeah. That's amazing. I want that to be. I'm just going to add that to the...
Turn left at the River Styx.
Like an app.
Yeah.
Nice. Then do we want to go around and talk about like character concepts?
Yeah, I think that.
Why don't we start on that side of the table this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So I picked Arcane. Well, do you want me to talk about like the pantheon and the
Arcane
whole
really
thing?
picked you.
The Arcane
after
picked me.
After you came up with your concept.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about your pantheon and stuff.
So for my pantheon, I asked Jason if I could pick this because I was like, this sounds kind of weird, but let's do it. So I picked Cthulhu Mythos. Yes, super excited. So my character concept, her name is Eve Beaumont, and she is the child of a French supermodel and Yog Sothoth. So in the 90s, during the like post-craft Buffy era, the cultists were like, this is an ideal time to recruit. So they got her mom into the cult and then did a ritual to provide a vessel so they could have an offspring to bring about the return of the Great Old Ones. But then Eve grew up and was kind of like, I kind of like humans, you guys. I don't think I want to eradicate them. So she's gone on Rumspringa and is out trying to figure herself out.
She likes the stuff they make.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Old Gods Rumspringa is my favorite part of that.
Yes.
I just can't imagine anything other than like cultists as just like old Amish people. Like,
What's the character's name again?
Eve. It's Y-V-E.
We're going to have an
Yes.
altar building.
The French way.
Yeah.
Except they have tentacles instead of the beard.
yeah, right. But they also have that little tentacle on the side.
Yeah, that little-
that little
Yes.
girl too. But the hat,
Yeah.
the hat
And black
remains.
hats.
Yeah.
Adam?
Okay, so my character's name is Kinsey Hughes. He is Choctaw from Oklahoma. Well, a little bit of me in there, but he's also like way hotter and has way more abs than I do.
How's that possible?
I can't imagine that. You've broken it.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah,
I don't
sorry.
understand.
Of course, because it's my character, he has to be insanely hot. His divine parent is geoscience of the science pantheon, and this is one of my favorite things about Demigods. Is Jason, do you want to explain it? Or,
I might as well. So the science pantheon is something that I had sort of added in as a joke, and then realized like, oh shit, that's the point of the game.
Yeah.
And so all of the gods exist because people believe in them, and a new pantheon of gods has sort of fumbled itself into existence due to the number of people who, let's say, know that the Earth is round and that it's heating up and that things fall down and
So like just liberals.
and you can't breathe in space, little things like that. They know those things are true, but they couldn't actually explain to you why they're true or how they're true. Mm-hmm. They just believe it because they've been told that by the prophets of science, aka teachers.
Damn teachers.
Right, but
priests.
but they have this. Millions of people have invested their belief and faith into this, and it has spawned an entire pantheon of gods who resent their own existence because they know they shouldn't exist, but they can't deny the evidence of their senses that they do exist. They think, therefore they are, and they're mad about it.
Therefore, due to the scientific principles.
So good.
Yeah.
So most of them would really like to educate people to know science so that fewer people would believe, and then they would eventually just fade away, which is basically what happens if somebody were to know for a fact that, let's say, Apollo is real, right? He would weaken and eventually vanish as people stop believing in him. They don't believe in him if they know that he's actually real, like a real person.
Yeah.
So that it transfers from belief to knowledge, and then that his power goes away, and then eventually vanishes. So most gods don't want to be known; they want to be believed in, and so they work in mysterious ways, and they can't just show up on Earth whenever they feel like it, because then they become a known quantity. Yeah. But they do like making demigods. One, the process is fun, and two, they need people on Earth who can kind of run errands for them. So
especially biology is like, I'm gonna make some demigods.
yeah. Yeah.
Time to get busy.
Just mix it up.
I was meaning, like, did you feel the Earth move?
Oh man,
So good.
Amazing.
So good.
So I'm playing in the science pantheon because I love that idea. I think it's really fun, and I wanted. I don't have a lot of backstory yet. I'm still kind of mulling that over, but conceptually, he has as much belief in the traditional beliefs as he does the science itself, and so I'm sort of playing with this idea that he knows that both are real and therefore both are magic, and so he's going to kind of have this Zen mode of like, yeah, I know it's real and I should not have faith in it, but I also kind of like having faith. So so he's sort of walking that line between two different pantheons at the same time.
Ooh, I love it.
So,
nice.
I like that a lot.
And
Yes.
I should also clarify too that your divine parent could either literally come to Earth and make it with the boom boom, or you could have two biological human parents, and this divine parent just goes and adopted. Right? Yeah. You are my property now.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it, and your biological parents may or may not know about that. If your biological parent made it with a god, they probably know that something's up. But that's up to you, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I've seen in other games about godlike characters is that you always, either you have to be like your divine parent, you have to be similar, or you have to at least know who they are. And so this version of a godlike character game allows questions. You don't have to know all the answers. You don't have to know who's who. you could be misled about certain things. At one point, we had somebody play, I believe, the child of Thor, who was convinced they were a child of Loki.
Yes.
Nice.
Because Loki thought it was funny.
And it was.
Right, yeah.
You know, turned this, like, potentially warrior... Well, yeah, it was like a trickster playbook, child of Thor. Loki was like, actually, you're my kid. And Thor was like, oh, I guess I misunderstood what happened.
Amazing.
Dark Thor.
Yeah.
Sex? What?
Yeah, because he's kind of a dude.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thor's the original god, bro.
Yeah.
So, Bria,
Sweet. Sweet. I'm playing a character named Thais Guillory.
can you spell that for me?
Thai with umlauts over it, S, because I wanted this to be as fiddly as possible. I saw everyone else's names in the thread, and I'm like, harder name. And my divine parent is Oshun from the Yoruba pantheon, but it's like the Yoruba pantheon to me was really interesting because it came across with the transatlantic slave trade. I can't talk today. The rosé is very strong. And it got split into a bunch of different aspects in religions like Voodoo and Hoodoo and Santeria and all of those really cool slave things that popped up that were hidden behind Catholicism and I just like a really hidden obscure god because she's a girl and so I thought that'd be super fun to play. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. And my character is Raven Smith, and she doesn't know who her divine parent is. So she has no idea what pantheon they're from. So she was abandoned and found with a bunch of ravens guarding her. And was put into the foster system. That's how she got the last name Smith, because
Sweet.
someone was super creative when they named her. And they're like, oh, this is the Raven girl, right? The one that, okay,
Yeah.
we'll name her Raven Smith.
So Raven.
So very good.
And it's sort of a mystery.
And it's also going to be my first piece of GM fiat in that I'm going to say your character understands what crows and ravens are talking about.
Oh, okay.
But unfortunately, 99% of the time, they're like, have sex with me. Have sex with me. I need food. Who has food? I need food. Is that food? That's not food. That's so.
And they've obviously
so
been
much.
super unhelpful because they don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
She never found obviously the ravens that were actually protecting her when she was a kid are long gone.
Right.
So it's not like every raven, they're like, well, there's lots
They
of gods
don't all
who hand
know
out.
each other.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of gods that have to do with
Specious.
ravens.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's like
Just because they're
there's
black,
literally-
you think they all know each
Yeah.
other.
Oh boy.
Oh God,
Yeah, you got where I was going with that. That's good.
Wait, I don't get it.
no. But there's literally dozens. I was looking, and there's literally dozens of deities that have some sort of connection with ravens
Oh,
or something.
totally.
So it's
Good luck figuring that one out.
it's
Nice.
Yeah.
So, and
yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, one of the things too is I don't even know, and we can figure this out. I think during the connections part is, does she know that she's a demigod?
Well, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually part of our character creation
Okay.
process.
Okay,
I'll ask
cool.
you about that.
Perfect.
But yeah, it's pretty hard to get to adulthood and not realize that you have a pretty.
Especially if you
I mean,
can
she might know
understand
she
what
has
birds
powers.
say.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
Dr.
mean. Yeah.
Little
Okay.
took a very long time to come to terms with that.
True.
So
That's fair.
just a late
That's fair.
demi bloomer.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I maybe misunderstood your question. Yeah, she knows she has powers. She may not know that she has powers because she's a demigod.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what
but-
Okay.
I'm
Totally.
obviously the joke. Like she may have some weird
Right. Yeah.
thing that she's come up with in her head for why she has powers.
Right. Yeah.
I'm obviously a
so
princess.
Dwayne
They
the
talk-
Rock Johnson
Yeah.
still doesn't understand that he's a demigod.
That's
Right,
true.
exactly.
But we all
Well,
do.
Maybe he does,
unless
though.
He does know.
No.
Let's see. Kenzie is a child of Earth science.
Yes.
I love that spelling, by the way.
And Eve is Yog. Yog.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yugs.
You needed somebody to make it weird. It's
Yeah.
gonna be me.
Yes.
What we needed were some tentacles,
Yes.
and they've been provided.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
I didn't tell everybody what the description of her is.
Oh my god,
Which
yes.
is that so cause she's kind of pretty because her mom was a supermodel, but her features kind of veer a little bit past French pouty features into fish monster.
So close, though.
And also she's just got super long limbs and is very tall, like 6'2" to 6'7". We're not sure. Depends on where on the tentacle she stands, because below the knee, the legs just split into 2 tentacles. So she wears a lot of maxi skirts and palazzo pants, and nobody notices. It's fine.
Wait, how many tentacles? Because I just want to know how many per pant. Or does she just like switch it up sometimes?
It's 2 per leg.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it, like
2 per
splits
leg.
around the
That's
knee,
good.
something like that.
Yes, yeah. So it's like regular leg down to the knee, and then it's just nightmares, but beneath there.
Hold on. I just had this great scene of like some annoying dude on the street, like, hey, babe, those legs go all the way up. Like, yeah, you want to see?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
All
All
the way
4
down
of
to
them.
hell.
Yeah.
It's very good.
So she's slightly terrifying. Like, normal people see her and they're just like, nope. No thank you.
Yeah, it's also a good point to note that most mortals will just edit out supernatural shit that they shouldn't see. Like if it's just in passing and it's not up in their face and they have to look at it, they just go, whoop, no, I don't see it. I didn't want to see it. I'm not seeing it. And they'll just make up a reason why that didn't work. There's a little bit of a veil in place that the whole concept of this game is that the power of human imagination is practically all powerful. So that is what humans can do, is also get out of the shit they make for themselves by deciding not to see it. So,
Yeah. We love the idea of this. We just don't want it to actually be real.
right.
Totally.
So that's okay. That's a good spot there. Basic introductions. So the next thing that we would want to do is make sure your attributes are scored. So let's talk about what the attributes are. There are 5. It's prowess, metal, awe, judgment, and weird. For those listening, metal is just mettle. I mean, these characters are metal, but they also have metal. Prowess is your fighting stat. If you have a high prowess, you're good at fighting. Whatever that means, whether you're like a ninja or barbarian or whatever, like you're good at damage. Now, some characters have things that are like, hey, do this instead of prowess for your, like, I think your sniping thing uses something else.
Yeah.
So, like, there are little exceptions to that, but just generally. High prowess is lots of fighting McFighterton. Metal is kind of a catch-all, get shit done attribute. Like, it's related to the basic move called Perform Under Pressure, which is a big catch-all. Instead of having a bunch of skill lists and everything, if your character would be good at something and you want to try and do it, most of the time it just works. If you're being shot at or doing it in a speeding car or whatever it is you're trying to do, then we'll roll metal to see if you can keep your shit together and do the thing. All right. Awe is a measure of awe. So a measure of how impressive your character is. A low awe generally means you're just not super memorable, which in some cases is good. A high awe does not necessarily mean like likable or beautiful. It can be if that's what you want it to be, but it could also be frightening or horrible.
I think for you it's both.
For instance.
Fear boners are real.
Just seemed worth mentioning. Judgment is basically a big stand-in for like perception score. Perception, insight, noting your surroundings, figuring out if someone's lying to you, all that kind of stuff is based on judgment. And then weird is a catch-all for bending fate to your will. The big concept of the game is fate, and the fates want certain things to happen, and because you're not mortals, you can have something to say about that. So that's the short version. On your sheet, there's a suggested array, so you can just start with that as like easy mode. You need to, but if you want to put your numbers somewhere else, you just have to have a 2, a 1, a 0, and a -1.
Got it.
And once you've found a home for all of those numbers, you can give one of them a +1. So.
Cool.
I'm done. What do you do when you're done? Because I'm done.
Are you the best?
What's your highest stat, Adam?
I actually have prowess and metal both at +2. I put my extra
fancy.
in metal.
Oh, good. Where's your -1?
Judgment.
That's so elementary.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm a big doofy tank.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the elemental's kind of written to be the like
Yeah.
bro dude.
Yeah. I'm not
you know.
doofy so much as clueless.
Yeah.
Unaware.
Yeah.
You're precious and I love
Yes.
you.
Yeah, precious. Yeah.
super fun.
Weird.
Just kind of like roll through life like a boulder and not really too worried about the moss.
Sam, what are your highest?
Weird.
Well, surprise.
I see that.
What?
And so because I have a gift or a move, sorry, that allows me to use weird instead of awe, I took awe as my -1.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah. So because you're
Yeah.
to look at, a lot of people would just maybe not notice you, but then when they
Yes.
do notice you, they're
They're
like,
like,
"Oh no!
whoa."
I wish I hadn't noticed. What do I do?"
Express train to Nope Town right there. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
Does she have eyelids?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Where
thank
does
God.
the eyelid shadow go?
Well,
She's pretty.
I don't know.
Needs shadow.
Yeah.
I can imagine like kind of the fisheye sort
Well,
of.
her eyes are very round and like too big for her face, like
Yeah.
anime character
Yeah.
big, which looks pretty in like a drawing, but in real life you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, chibi face.
Yeah.
God, that's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I did a sketch that I'll have to post on the forum
beautiful.
later because I don't think I can just hold up my iPad and we'll be able to see it. But I'll post it later so people at home can see it because it's fucking weird.
I had this super fun changeling character who was an ogre and could technically eat people if he wanted, but like he was a good ogre, right?
Right.
But his thing was like he could eat anything, right? He could, he's
Like a goat.
Yeah. And but his like the thing he wasn't supposed to do, if he smiled or like opened his mouth, it was immediately obvious that there were too many teeth.
Oh,
God! And it was like like shark smile. He's like
Yeah.
had to like keep his mouth shut around mortals because
That's awesome.
That's super fun.
or like kind of mumble or like, talk behind his
Yeah.
hand or
Grow a big mustache.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good. I didn't think of that. I should have thought. I should have mustached up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I put my 1s into judgment, and also prowess because she's like 6'7" and has tentacles. She
Okay.
could probably do
She
okay in a
might-
fight.
It might knock people down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
Nice.
Kimmy.
I did 2 in weird,
Yeah.
and then I did awe and metal. Actually, or both have 1s.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
And then my worst is prowess.
Nice. Okay.
I am a
Nice.
trickster. I am not a fighty person.
That's what other people are for.
Yeah. That's what I get other people to do for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like
Sorry.
Nice.
Bria?
Sweet. I'm struggling because I might erase it like 3 more times.
That's
but,
fine. Totally fine.
I just like threw everything into judgment, so I'm a +3 to judgment.
Oh yeah.
Because all of my cool moves are like, use judgment instead.
Uh-huh.
How about this? You want to like? I feel judgmental, so my character is gonna be.
Yeah.
That's good. And then I took a -1 to prowess because like all of my cool fight moves are like. I mean, you want to use judgment though? I'm like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Yes, please, thank you.
That's awesome.
I like
Really
it.
bad.
I like it. Cool. So then one of the,
I'm going to move my +1 so that I have +3 in the prowess.
awesome.
Let's min-max
After
the
hearing-
party.
Yeah, right.
Oh, everybody.
I was like trying
Yeah.
to cheat. I'm like, what are you gonna?
Well, like,
Okay.
I'm okay in a fight probably, and you're
Yeah.
probably great, and
Yeah.
then you two should probably stay out of the
I am
Right.
playing Widowmaker in
Yeah.
this.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm a snipe from over here.
I realized we skipped some things on the title page. If you go back to the front page, if you fold it like a book, the gifts there
Got it.
are you get to pick 3 of those, and they do different things. The epic weapon is whatever you want it to look like, but all epic weapons deal 4 harm, which is quite a bit. Most people have 7. So that's a lot, and then there are ways to add on to that. Epic armor will soak 2 harm, so if somebody does damage to you, you just subtract 2 from it, and that's how harm works. If you take 7 harm, you are dying. If you take more than 7 harm, you're dead, and then we figure out what happens after that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because everyone has, also on this front page, their death move.
Yeah.
And so what I'd love to do is have everyone go around and read their death move. Well, actually, I want to know which gifts you picked and your death move, because I wrote these and I don't remember what they all are.
Nice.
So,
Sweet. Perfect.
I can't even name all 9 playbooks for you right now.
It's true. There have been multiple texts or conversations where we're talking about this. And
I have to look at it.
what
I
are they
don't
all? And then we're trying to list them off, and Jason's like, I think there's one missing.
Yeah. I mean, if I don't write it, if I go to the store for 5 things, I will get to the store and remember 3 of them.
That's a good number.
Walk into the store and I've got 2, and then by the time I pick up one of those things, I've forgotten the other thing I needed.
Accurate.
So I have to write all of them down.
Right.
That's just how my brain works.
So what I just heard was make up your death move and see if you notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a chance I
That's why you have
won't.
high
Mine
judgment.
says mine says when you die, you immediately return as a full-powered god.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
someone brings you coffee?
Yeah.
Weird.
Right.
That's a
So
good
good.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not say that. It does not.
It does not.
Well,
It says, while you are dead, your shade in the mortal world can manipulate your element in annoying and occasionally useful ways.
I love that it's mostly annoying and occasionally
No.
useful.
Very useful.
I'm fixating on the annoying part. Roll 2d6 plus metal to affect your environment in some small way.
That's
Nice.
good. And what gifts did you pick?
Oh, I chose elemental control, epic armor, and produce element. So
Okay, cool.
I figured I don't need epic weapon because I'm kind of going tanky.
Nice.
And and I think I just I have rock hard skin and then
And you can have like
Abs.
a basic
rock hard
Yeah.
abs. And but I think I just make a big stone hammer and
Oh,
you
sure.
know.
You just use literal rocks.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
good.
Yeah,
love
why
it.
do I need a sword? I can just throw a boulder at you that I make out of thin air.
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So-
Sure.
That seems reasonable. I like
Very
it.
good.
Okay, cool. Abria.
Sweet. So my death move is, while you are dead, the veil is truly torn back from your senses. Your shade in the mortal world treats a read the weave miss as a 7 to 9, and a 7 to 9 is a 10 plus. You may also ask an additional question from the list. So I know everything. Most nerd when I die.
Yeah, cannot fail at
Very
a read the
good.
weave, which is basically a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to clarify too, the while you're a dead thing, I should probably give some context to that. In epic mythic stories, heroes die and go to the afterlife, afterworld is what I just called it.
that's fine.
Go to the
I get it.
afterworld.
It's like an after party. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is your characters are so tied to each other that most of your spirit stays here, but the rest of you is in your pantheon's afterlife. And yeah, right?
God.
So we may
Please
need to,
don't die ever, Eve.
we may need to have some conversations about that. But when you die, you have your group, and you have 7 days to go and retrieve the rest of your spirit.
Nice.
Right?
Your place is
And-
scary. We're leaving.
I'm sorry.
Or is Eve's spirit? It is in insanity.
Yeah. Or your shade might just say to the group no, I'm happy as is, I'm goodbye, and you just fade away like that. You can always make that choice for yourself. But if you're like, hey, can we get me out of this? Sucks. I don't want to be in here anymore.
They don't have coffee here.
Right. So then we would have a session where we have to trundle through an afterlife and go find somebody. So,
Neat.
Nice.
yeah,
Hope it's not mine.
me too.
We'll bubble wrap you. I cannot with that.
Right. Yeah.
Can you meet us at the door or something? Because I just don't want to go all the way in.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna honk outside your afterlife.
Relatives are so creepy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is
We're just gonna text you. Your lift is here.
yeah. The problem I have is the times that I have run horror games or horror themed games, it got real dark and real scary. I scared myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to run your afterlife because I know what's possible. So don't die.
Okay.
Everybody else will figure it out.
Yeah.
But
Everybody else fine.
so I also have to do some homework and figure out what your afterlives are like, and I'm gonna have to figure out something for you. But don't worry, I know what the science afterlife is like.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the Matrix?
I'll tell you later.
Nothing.
It's nothing. Yeah.
No, they
Very
wish. They
Yeah.
wish it was nothing.
Yeah.
They want it to be endless abyss, but it's not.
Right. Yeah.
Just like a long PSAT test you can do. Standardized testing for forever.
Right.
Basically, it's
good.
what mortals think a science-y afterlife would be.
Oh no.
Nice.
Just an episode of Beekman's World.
I was thinking Tron.
Ooh, that would be very cool though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll find out.
So
I don't know what my gifts. Well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just going to jump back in.
Yeah.
Like, we're still talking about me now.
Yeah, that was a really long aside. I
No, you're
apologize.
good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely taking the epic ranged weapon
Uh-huh.
and augury, and I don't know what to pick for the third one.
Okay.
But lie detector's on there, and I just want to like constantly be like, "All right, trickster, what are you saying?" I was just turning the lying cat, just lying the whole time. So I don't know. Maybe that.
That could be super
Maybe
fun.
divine
That'd be
presence.
so much fun. I can't wait.
Whenever I meet Saga fans, I always ask them what they think Lion Cat sounds like, and one person finally said, "I think it sounds like lying," like this like a real deep demon voice. I'm like, "Cool,
Oh my God.
no one said that
Yeah,
before."
yeah. Nice.
Lots of people said, "Oh, I never thought of it," or "I don't know," or "It sounds like lying," or just like a normal voice. To me, he sounds like, I don't know if Lion Cat's a guy or not, but it sounds like lying. You
That's
know,
what
like
I
this,
think,
like
yeah.
I always think of unhappy cats.
screechy, Like
Yeah.
you made me say a word. I'm a
Yeah.
cat, and I shouldn't say words, but you made me say this. Anyway,
Sweet.
I would think it just sounds like
lying.
Lying. I think it goes back to looking.
That's kind of creepy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Lying. Like a really cute,
Yeah.
like Hello Kitty is saying
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And feel free to ask if you're not sure what some of those gifts would be for.
Yeah,
or
what would
they
divine
do.
presence be? Is it like I am Beyonce? Because
Yeah,
I kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
want that though.
That's what that means. Is it's like having a high awe stat, but beyond that, right? It's just this passive thing that like people constantly notice you and pay attention to you, and you can color that in.
Well, we're doing that now.
Whether you want them to be afraid of you or impressed
Nope.
with you or
Beyonce.
Yeah. Okay.
Just lemonade. I just
Yeah.
want a lemonade wherever I go.
Yeah, any of the divines on your list are so like one of them's like divine intellect, like that person's a super genius, right?
Sweet.
Divine might is super strength. Like not that, and just for scale, if you had divine might, you're not like Hulk picking up a car and chucking it like a rock, but you could like flip a car over for sure. Like the warrior has divine might, that's easy to take. And so yeah, the divine presence is just like everybody knows when you enter the room, and they want to know what you have to say.
Nice.
Right? So it does make being a stealth character a little more difficult, but it depends on how you
Real
want
bad
it.
sniper. Oh, pardon me, I have to go shoot someone from across the room. Hold on.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, can we watch?"
Yes, hold on.
Just everything you do is in slow motion, like
Yeah,
dramatic.
I can't even go into high school hallways anymore. It just takes forever.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Infinite bullet time.
Right. I love the idea of having divine presence and not being famous.
Yeah.
You know, like not being somebody who, like, if they took a picture of you and posted it, people are like, "Who is that? Like, what?" But when you're, meeting this person face to face, you're just entranced.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's everything we needed for yours. Kimmy, do you want to read yours?
Sure, my death mood said... Death mood. My death move. While you were dead, your shade in the mortal
Death
world...
mood, kind of depressed.
Yeah.
Her name is Raven.
My name is Raven.
From
It's
the
a
Hot
thing.
Topic Pantheon.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. It's amazing.
Oh my god. Yes.
While you're dead, your shade in the mortal world is definitely able to annoy people. Sometimes your actions might even be construed as helpful, but always annoying to someone. Tie shoelaces together, swing the door the wrong way, catch a gun in its holster, and have fun while you're doing it.
Very good.
That's awesome.
And your gifties?
I chose animal form, but it's specified I can't do harm in it. So it's like,
Yeah.
so my animal form is a raven, shocking.
Yeah.
What?
Never thought you'd guess
Yeah,
that.
so you can do what a raven can do.
Right.
Fly around, call,
Yeah.
Ask if there's food.
Yeah.
Illusions.
Does anybody have food or sex for me? That's basically what I assume birds are asking each
All
other.
the
Like,
time.
Yes.
I feel like you're like comparing me to a bird.
Ooh.
am I wrong?
No, it's pretty much what I asked.
Yeah, should I argue with you? Like, I don't think I'm supposed to.
At least you ask. It's polite.
Right?
And then,
He's talking about her character. I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's fine. I had questions. I want to know what mimic is and puzzle device.
Yeah. So mimic means you can copy, like you can like copy someone, right? Like you could just get their voice if you wanted, or make yourself kind of look like them. When you do it, it's usually like there's some little tell that somebody who knows them really well would probably notice, but you can basically look like someone.
Okay. Can I mimic like actions? Like if I see somebody do a karate move, can I like do that karate move?
I hadn't really written it like that,
Okay.
but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds
Do
cool.
it. Make him try to stop you.
I think if you wanted to say it just mimics actions, then sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be fine. But
cool.
but not like mimics actions and mimics faces and voices.
Right.
And
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't see why not.
Just because I was thinking if I took illusions, I could kind of like make myself look, but if like mimic if I see somebody, and it doesn't probably stay forever. Like I can't
Right.
do the
For the
karate move
scene.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for that scene, I don't know.
Interesting.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. And what's puzzle device?
That one I've been asked that almost every time I've run this game, and I kind of don't know. But it's had 2 really good uses so far,
Okay.
and I think it's just whichever one you want it to be. One is like a physical, like, well, in both cases, it's a physical thing that you could just hand somebody and they go, oh, cool, and they just get sort of hypnotized, like trying to figure out the puzzle device that doesn't have a solution.
I like that.
So like
That's
a
awful.
like a magical object that you can just hand somebody and they go, oh, thank you, and until you take it back from them, they're stuck. Another version is you tell the device what you need and click it into place and open it up and get something that would fit in a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
You know,
Nice.
That's cool.
and just get a thing out of it. So there's a couple different ways to do that if you wanted to.
But it doesn't bring about like a demon universe if you solve it, right? Because
Definitely don't solve
not
it.
that one.
solve
Yeah. Don't
Do
solve it.
not solve for demons.
That would still fit in at the Hot Topic Pantheon. So.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I haven't made a decision about what Pantheon yet, so I mean,
Yeah.
really.
It could be that.
It's just like a Twilight-themed Rubik's
Oh my
Cube.
god.
Oh, God.
No, done with it now. And,
There we go.
And we're done. You fixed
And
that.
bring it ruined.
Solve that
and
Sweet. So my death move is, which hopefully we won't encounter because my afterlife is terrible. While you are dead, your shade in the mortal world can sometimes inhabit a living, normal human. You roll 2d6 plus metal to try to inhabit a human or animal. If successful, you will not be able to cross running water while inhabiting your host. On a 10 plus, you are successful and take full control of their body until the next sunrise or sunset, and you have limited access to their memories and spoken languages. 7 to 9, you only get control
Wow.
for an hour and have no access to their memories. That's pretty cool.
that's amazing.
And also super weird.
Yeah, right? That's like so good. Please don't die.
had a play test where the arcane player sort of knew they were going to take lethal damage, but had rather they were like, it's okay, I have a plan. I was like, okay, just so you know, though, that's definitely going to kill you. They're like, I think it's okay. And they had this mortal friend with them in the situation.
Oh my god.
So they got killed, inhabited the friend, and then did CPR on their body.
Oh!
Yes! That's amazing!
I was like,
That's very good.
I can't stop that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
Like,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Whenever players are like, okay, I'm going to take it, it'll be fine. And you're like, oh no.
Wait, why though? Why?
As a GM, you're like, oh, there's something I have not
Yeah.
thought of in this
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing,
Yeah.
and I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So noted, make friends with a paramedic and game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? They're just walking around like, why do I have to always help you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was delighted. It was a lot of fun.
That's super fun. And for my gifts, I picked Aura Reading,
Uh-huh.
which sounds fun. Divine Intellect, so she's a super genius.
Yeah.
And take an additional move, which
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
is fun because when we get to moves, I get to pick an additional one.
Yeah. So normally everyone
I like that. I like that a lot. Another.
normally everyone gets to pick 3 moves, so our arcane will get to pick 4 moves.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice on that one because the arcane is forced to pick a move called spellcasting.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that makes sense. I like that.
So now
And it's
she
super
gets
nice
to
because
pick.
I was torn between 2 of the other moves and couldn't decide which one to take. But then when you explained what take an additional move was, I was like, oh, that's
Yep.
perfect.
Nice.
And that's probably a good time to talk about moves.
Yeah.
So everyone gets 3 except the arcane, and I don't know if you've had a chance to look through those already, or if you have questions about what they do.
Hold on, what does determine guilt do?
Ooh.
It's
Judgmental.
yeah, basically that's the gift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just you have like an innate ability. We'll probably roll some dice, but you would roll judgment and just have a really good sense about a specific thing. You'd be like, did you steal the candy bar?
Okay.
Roll some dice, and you can just look into their eyes and answer their like.
Yeah, right.
So
Part of my thing is I don't want to take something where like I see through the trickster all the time. So I'm like, let me just curve determine guilt and lie detector and just be like,
I mean,
Would that be a contested roll, though?
no.
Oh.
+9 in judgment, get out of here.
I love how you use the example of "Did you steal the candy bar?" as I'm
Yeah.
opening the candy
Opening
bar
the
that
candy.
Abria brought us.
I'm just saying that's
Brought
a
it for
question
all of
that
us.
might be
I did.
relevant.
So good.
So why is Adam eating all of it then?
Because I don't want to share with you until you give me an extra gift.
You
Bribery.
gotta level up. Level up, you get an extra gift. It's part of our advancements that aren't on your character sheet, so there's no way you would know that.
Nice.
But
look at that. I knew that now. It was a good
Yep.
segue. It's rude.
it's probably worth noting
Gracias.
the thing we kind of
yes,
skipped over were threads. Threads are what we call XP in this game. If you save up 5 threads, you can spend it on an advancement. And you an advancement could be like take a move from your playbook that you don't already have, take a move from another playbook, and as long as it's not a playbook in play, because that's kind of mean.
Yeah.
Sure.
Take another gift and other stuff like add one to a stat or things like that are what an advancement would be. And but you can also spend threads one at a time on some fun stuff. We'll get to that later, but let's figure out our moves. And if you want to just tell me, Sam, do you know yours already?
I have picked all of mine.
Okay.
So obviously I picked spellcasting because I have to.
We don't have to read all of it. That's a really long
I
move.
get to cast spells.
Yep.
TLDR. And then I also picked cantrips, which is basically like magical effects that are small and harmless that you've practiced enough to not have to roll to do. It says to pick 3 or 4 harmless ones, but we talked about like it could just be
Yeah, it's kind of a more like generic catch-all. You can do wimpy magical effects.
something small
that-
and reasonable that I could be able to
Yeah.
do. I did pick a couple that I thought for flavor for her would be like amusing. So open lock, which is useful. Then that's one of the suggested ones. Like move small objects.
Yeah.
With, so basically like just move things with your mind.
Nice.
And then also because she is a terrible squid monster, I picked camouflage self. So she has a camouflage reflex where she can just be like, "Huh," and blend into things.
You're a cuttlefish. Oh my god. I love it.
I thought that would be really funny. Like she used that as a kid to like jump scare the cultists.
Yeah. why do you look like bricks?
Like they're just going about their day and suddenly like, someone's a squid monster.
Yes.
And
Tobias Finke in the one episode where he's like putting stuff against the wall the whole time.
yes. And then the last one is creeping darkness. So she can just create like an inky ambiance for wherever.
Nice. Man, this is very good.
All
I
right.
like yours.
And then familiar, which is a fun one. It says animal familiar, and it has near human level intelligence. And then I can speak to it telepathically, and it will do its best to follow my lead. Instead of an animal, we had talked about doing like an orb of light, because her dad is basically like a cloud of light orbs that
He looks
exists
like a pile of
outside
fish
time and
eggs, like
space.
glowing
Ooh.
fish eggs is what he looks like. He's super
Nice.
gross.
Yeah. So I got a buddy that's just a little one of those.
You just plucked one off of old dad.
I do need to know what color is it.
Oh, it's iridescent.
Oh, all right. Rainbow.
Like-
Some drunk
Like-
French supermodel
what's that
was
undertone?
Like oil
I like
slick,
your-
though.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Oil slick rainbow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
And it helps, so there's like, I can pick 2 basic moves, which I haven't picked.
That's fine.
For it to provide a +1, so like smite your enemies, perform under pressure, sway someone, or read the weave. So I'll pick 2 of those. And then for my take an additional move, I picked Silver Tongue, which lets me use weird instead of awe to sway someone.
Nice. Yes.
Not creepy at all.
So good.
Adam?
So I took Guardian, which is I can roll with metal to wield my element in protection of someone who just took harm and block their harm. And say this, so I can just like throw up a stone shield in front of you. And I have plowshares, which is I can fashion my element into small items useful outside the realm of combat. So I can make little things for you to float around.
Yes.
So,
It's very cute.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I have a feeling like he just hands like rocks to little kids, and they just happen to look like animals, you know?
yeah.
And, like,
That's
totally.
good.
Yeah. And then I have swipe left,
Hey.
where I roll with prowess to fling a small group of enemies out of my way. Collateral damage isn't just a philosophy; it's a way of life. Love that.
Very good.
And swipe left has a gifted add-on where if I have an epic weapon, I can choose one from the Smite Your Enemies list. So I might change and take the epic weapon.
Yeah, I should say a number of moves have the gifted tag, and if you have a particular gift from the gifts list, it will modify how that move works a little bit.
Because Guardian has it for divine speed too, but I'm not fast.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not fast.
Yeah. An earth elemental is not fast.
No.
Like,
That's
speed is
reasonable.
not an issue. I'm not worried about that. Yeah. But yeah, so those are my three. So
Okay.
Nice.
Bria?
Sweet. By the way, can I just say that like a lot of these are written very cleverly.
Oh,
so,
are
like,
they?
I had a very
Yeah.
good time
Well, thank
reading
you.
them. So I picked Fight Smarter, so I get to use Judgment instead of Prowess when rolling Smite Your Enemies.
Nice.
So that feels very good. And because I do have the epic ranged weapon, I can go for the throat when I smite.
Oh, yeah.
So
nice.
I think it's like a total like 5 harm for a shot.
dang.
That feels very, very good to me.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah, that's
though,
a lot.
like,
That's
yeah.
a lot of damage.
Oh man. And then I also
shot.
picked one shot 100% because I keep reading it in Widowmaker's voice.
Yeah.
So I was like, yep, I have to have a big sniper rifle.
Yeah.
So when you're shooting at someone you found guilty of a morally repugnant crime, you don't miss. Yeah. So like it's described in a really cool way, like curve the bullet, bank your arrow, whatever it takes. And I'm like, oh man, I love Wanted.
Yeah, I know.
So we'll just do some like
I did.
goofy
awesome.
ballistic physics. Like
Right, yeah.
she shoots from like facing the wrong way and it curves around like Cuphead.
It's around the earth and hits him in the back.
Exactly. That's the only one I'm sad I don't have Determined Guilt for because it like adds an immobilization thing
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
But it's still so cool. And then Visionary. So I know your name is Raven, but I'll be the one in the corner like often like So you roll plus Judgment to see the near future or recent past.
Cool.
So that's gonna be very, very fun.
That's awesome.
I picked, and again, like some of these are amazing. The first one I picked was fake news. Take a plus. Take a plus
Taking
one.
a drink. God damn it.
Yeah. Take a +1 when telling half truths or outright lies to roll sway someone. I chose frequent flyer. You are generally able to be where you need to be. With the thought, you can travel to any person or place with which you are familiar. Decide on a small ritual that must be performed, such as drinking tea, 3 running strides, clicking your heels together, or something along those lines.
You have a ritual in
Super
mind?
cute.
I do not yet. I will think about it.
We'll get there.
Nice.
And then,
You have to flap your arms
yeah.
and go, caw, caw, caw.
No, that's not good. All right. And then I chose, you mean this gate key. You're able to produce small objects which are useful in the immediate situation, but not 100% right. For example, you can get a key that opens a door, but it jams the lock. An ID badge that works if you don't look at it too closely, or a swipe card that works for an unknown number of times.
Oh,
So there's like,
that's awesome.
yeah, so we could totally use
love that.
this, and it might work, but it might also set off the alarm when we use it.
Right, yeah.
Does that have the gifted puzzle device?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good.
It says that, but I didn't choose a puzzle box, so I didn't.
That's fine. I just couldn't remember if I actually wrote that or not.
Yeah, I ended up going with Mimic, like
Yeah.
with what we talked about with like the copying the physical
Sure.
ability things.
Yeah, the Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Can I say one bad thing on here? You left that for Longview, there's like a gifted thing that's like if you have flight. And my heart keeps going like,
Oh no, I removed
Oh,
flight.
no.
Yeah.
can I have phone?
Oh no. Edit. Okay, I gotta remove flight.
Yeah. I just like kept my eyes kept like going back to it and just one rolling tear of like,
Oh,
could have flown.
Yeah, a bunch of playbooks had flight early on, and it ended up just
broken. Yeah.
It just went like very superhero-y,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
superheroes are already the like from having mythic stories and their modern,
right.
So anyway, it was
Arcane does still have flying device,
yeah.
but it's not like you can't fly
Yeah,
yourself.
that's got to be like a broom or a carpet or
Sure,
something that. Also, just so you know, your epic ranged weapon can be like a slingshot. Like it's magic, so it doesn't have to be a rifle to do lots of damage. If you want it to be a rifle, that's cool too. But it can be like you throw a rock.
I was actually thinking of like a lance
Sure.
or some kind of like javelin.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Threw javelin in college.
Ditto. That's why.
I knew if I looked at it long enough, someone would notice and hand it to me.
I saw you eyeing.
That was very
What is
good.
in it?
It's like toffee.
Yeah.
It was so good. Do you want some?
Do you not like toffee?
I don't like chocolate. So like whatever's in the chocolate
That's, like,
has to be.
It's not.
It's not, and I felt stupid as I was saying it, but I'm gonna commit.
Okay.
Mr. Mills, did you just do a racism? Yeah,
did a
I did.
racism.
I did. I don't like chocolate. Oh God, this is going so well.
Yep.
Okay, did we get everyone's moves? I think.
Yes, we
All right.
did.
I love the positive but still kind of broken sound to "this is going so well."
Yep.
That's generally the tone of my life. Yeah. Positive but a little broken. I think I want to talk about my feelings. Yeah. Okay, so on the back page, there's the section about threads, and that's worth noting. So threads are XP. So these are on the left. There's gain a thread, and this is how you So the first 4 things on there are unique to your character. Okay. Everyone gains a thread for either rolling doubles or doing something epic, and that's just entirely my fiat, and I decide if it's epic or not.
Nice.
Or the whole table will, and then that sort of overrules me,
Yeah.
but, whatever, that's fine. So you gain threads. If you save up 5, then you can buy an advancement, like we talked about before. Okay. But you can also spend them one at a time to either gain Fate's Favor on a roll, which is roll 3 dice and keep the higher 2.
Nice.
Right? So, by the way, anyone listening, if you're not familiar with Apocalypse World, everything is roll 2 6-sided dice and add your stat to it. So if you're fighting someone, you would roll 2 dice and add your prowess. The end. That's it. That's the whole thing. And then, depending on how high you roll, will determine if you did a lot of damage or a little bit of damage or you whiffed it. And when you miss a roll, that's generally when I get to do something cool. I will never actually roll dice. I'll just present a situation, you guys will react to it, and when you fuck up a roll, I do something fun. So, and depending on the enemy, it'll be, medium to awesome, whatever that is. Right?
Nice.
Before we move on to backstory and stuff, I'd just love you to read off what your 4 gain of threads are. Let's start with Abria this time.
Nice. Present a new perspective. Track someone down. Reveal a lie. Or pass judgment on someone. I'm seeing that last one and I'm like, ah.
Yes.
Adam.
I love this one. Say something awkward.
Yes.
Yay!
I'm going to have so much fun with that. Describe your element in wonder. Make an impressive display. Or cause collateral damage.
Awesome.
Nice.
That one's going to get used a lot.
Oh, and for reference, each one of those, you can ping them once per session. Hopefully XP won't go buck wild, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Rolling doubles is supposed to happen every time you roll doubles, and I don't know how that's going to go.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Find out.
Mine are cast a spell, which is going to happen a lot. Explain how magic works.
Oh my god.
I'm going to magic explain to you guys so hard. It's going to be great. Investigate a mystery. Or chastise recklessness.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's going to be fun.
This is very good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Explain how magic works, because how it works for you is correct and not how it works for someone else. And so your explanation is useless to them.
Yes.
But it's still true.
Good.
Right.
Yes.
Multiple truths.
I love it.
Nice.
And mine say trick someone, teach someone a lesson, cause a distraction or tell an unnecessary lie.
What lie is truly unnecessary?
I can probably come up with some.
Yeah.
I have faith in me.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Kimmy's a lying liar anyway.
So so now we finally get to the section where we have to do this together, talking about your backstory, your spindle, and your tangles. I'm going to go reverse. So tangles, definitely don't do any of those yet because those are going to be filled in with the other characters and possibly your spindle. That's your option. And you can fill in the same character more than once, but you have to have at least one with the 3 other players at the table.
Okay.
Then the spindle. Who is that? The spindle is this coincidental, common person who all 4 of your characters know and are friends with in some way, or have a relationship with at least. And that could mean a lot of different things. Whatever, there's a lot of different kinds of relationships out there. But if you've seen The Defenders or any of the Netflix Marvel series, it's kind of the Rosario Dawson character where everybody sort of knows her and they accidentally know each other, and so she kind of like is the magnet for bringing all these people together. And the concept behind that is that demigods should not spend time together in general, right? They generally don't, and if they get sent off to do something, their pantheon says, hey, go, there's a giant sea monster and it's going to fuck shit up, so please go take care of it. And maybe they need 2 demigods, so 2 pantheons will send somebody, or the same pantheon will send 2 demigods. But then as soon as they're done with that, they'll split off and go in opposite directions, because when demigods hang out, they don't have the same kind of like gravitational pull that a god does, but they start getting bound up. Right, like they'll like run into each other coincidentally. They'll like butt dial each other all the time. Like coincidences pile up, and then eventually they're stuck with each other. So they have to like intentionally try to break those ties. And the conceit of this game is at some point the 4 of you who are incidentally friends with your spindle gets in like supernatural trouble, and they're not able to handle that because they're immortal, and mortals can't really deal with this face to face. And the act of you 4 saving this mortal inextricably binds the 4 of you together and your spindle, and you're stuck with each other. This creates what's called a woven band, and this is you people. Okay, so your spindle will be, as we're talking about our backstories, everyone kind of think about who this common person would be between the 4 of you, like, oh, maybe a university professor or a cop or whatever, whoever this thing who all 4 of you might somehow know some way. Like, it could be your childhood friend, it could be your classmate, it could be whatever. But the thing that I will want you all to answer is, who is your spindle? How do you know them? Okay. Right? Okay. And it's the same person. I just want to be clear about that because people misunderstood at one point.
Nice. Okay.
This is just one person. Everyone has the same spindle. They're stuck in the middle of your nonsense and can't escape if they wanted to.
That's for them.
Yeah. They will be like the veil is pulled back for them in that moment, and they're aware of the supernatural and they can't unsee it forever, and so they actually like rely on you at that point because the supernatural is more aware of that mortal as well, which is real dangerous.
Yeah.
So as we're talking about our backgrounds, try to think about like, oh, this is what my background has in common with that person's background, and this could be our spindle.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So some things we want to think about: where did your character come from? What was their mortal family like? Were they literally sired or birthed by a divine being, or were they spiritually adopted? Were they, sort of that kind of idea. How present was the demigods' pantheon? Were they constantly checking in? Were they like, you're the child of Zeus, good luck? And then I always like to ask, the age that your character knew they were different. Maybe they didn't know why they were different, but they're like, like Kimmy's, like, oh, people pretty much do what I tell them to do, and that's weird because I'm 8.
Yeah.
Right? Like adults are like, oh, no, you're right. You shouldn't have to do this homework. Everybody else will do it, but not you. It's just a great way to make friends in school. And also be thinking about whether your character is like a true kind of scion of your divine parent, like your demigod abilities are similar to your parents' abilities, or are you going a new way? Are you the child of Thor, who is a trickster god, instead of the child of Loki? Things like that. So with that sort of idea, your background, all that kind of stuff, let's go around and introduce your characters.
Nice.
And I know you've put probably let's say the most writing into.
I gave you guys a wall of text earlier. Sorry, I was real excited.
It was amazing.
So I guess she's pretty similar to her divine parent in that Yog-Sothoth is like the most neutral of all the Cthulhu mythos gods.
Yeah, he's less like immediately destructive.
Least evil.
Yeah.
Like will drive you mad, but not like on purpose.
Yeah, it's like just his nature.
Yeah.
It's just who he is.
Yeah.
But he's not like trying to wreck
Right.
you.
But like exists out of time and space, knows literally everything, and so she's kind of like, very knowledgeable.
Plus tentacles.
Nice. And so the other gods of the pantheon are probably not real involved, and she's maybe only like interacted with him in like a mind meld through time and space kind of way.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a pantheon that like gets together for bowling night.
There's no family reunion. No, that'd be unpleasant for everyone. The age you knew you were different, she from like 1, because she's literally raised by the cult who are constantly telling her like what her destiny is, like what she's being raised to do, and all this kind of stuff. So she is aware, firmly aware. And then definitely homeschooled.
Nice.
So she's been away from home for about a year, I guess, like on her own. So, and she's only like 18, so she's very young.
Oh, and we should explain how and why we're all in Los Angeles, because we'll just do that.
Yes. So basically,
Where was her cult based?
her cult, I didn't decide
Oregon.
that.
Or New England, right? I mean, that's kind of the
feel like it's
classic.
got to be New England.
No.
So she's far from home, but like her mom smuggled in a bunch of fashion magazines in a small laptop, so she got to watch a lot of Netflix and just loves pop culture. And so she's like, I'm gonna go to LA. That's where all the stuff that humans make is.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go to there.
Yeah, I forget if you said her thing about like, I don't want to destroy the world. Like all my stuff's there.
She's like, what if I don't want to destroy humanity? Humanity makes all my favorite stuff.
Yeah. That's such a great revelation for her to have.
Right? Yeah. But without humanity, how will we have Prada?
Yeah.
Like, there's no Alexander McQueen if Cthulhu is ruling over the earth.
Right.
Come on.
I love that it's like everybody's like, oh man, our materialistic society is going to destroy the world. No, that's
It
what
might
saved
save
you.
you.
Yeah.
So she left home,
it.
traveled across country, and has landed here in LA to, I don't know, do whatever.
So good.
Nice.
Okay, and so she's in. What is she doing in LA then? I'm trying to think of how, like where connections might spawn out of this.
I mean, obvious thoughts would be like monster movie acting. Or like in Max Typecast series.
Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah. If you haven't, check out Typecast, Mac Bouvet of the various shows here and lots of other things.
Yes.
Doing this awesome web series. Go check it out.
Anyway, random thing. Or she could be doing some modeling, I guess. She's got the height, definitely.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And has a weird look. Probably photographs well, and they can,
Yeah.
do something about the legs.
I mean, most people won't notice.
No.
And then, like, if you don't want them to notice, it's
Right, yeah.
like
They're
they'll pretty much look
probably-
past it. So.
Yeah.
I like the idea, like the stylists are like, here, try these crop pants, and then you put them on, and they're like, something's off. No,
Yeah.
let's go with the
doesn't work.
maxis.
Yeah.
You have a very long torso.
Right.
Should
Yeah.
you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Torso's literally 3 feet
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I got you some Louboutins to try on, and
Oh,
you're like, let's do barefoot.
So exciting. Yeah.
Why don't you tuck your feet up under your torso? Right.
Yes, I love it. Probably
Okay.
buried that.
Okay, so a lot of
Very good.
modeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has
cool.
a very distinct look.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So happy.
And
about
probably
this.
a medium famous at that point, right? Like,
yeah.
like if you follow fashion or
Yes.
fashion
Yeah.
models, that
She's
sort of
like
thing.
that weird looking girl that's in every runway show this season.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
Sweet.
And the daughter of a famous model.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that would definitely be
Yeah.
a thing that if your
Yeah.
character knows anything about fashion, that's is a name to know.
To be fair, I see a lot of those models that I'm like, are you sure that's human?
Right.
Some
They're
of them.
so wall-eyed.
yeah.
It's like,
It's like,
I can't
That was
just
one of
smooth
my-
that all out.
One of my favorite things about the Men in Black movies, where they were like
Yeah.
pointing out people who are actually aliens. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
oh,
a
yeah,
lot of sense.
Yeah. Now I get it.
What's Eve's last name again?
Beaumont.
There's so many letters in that.
Yeah.
Like unreasonable number of
Like
letters.
all of
in
the
Beaumont.
Castlevania characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay, so that's good. That's a good little background. Adam?
So I have a little more backstory idea. So Kinsey, and I'd say he's from Bakersfield. So,
Oh, no,
little
Bako.
closer. Yeah.
So every reason to come to Los
Right,
Angeles.
every reason to get out, yeah. But to be fair, Oklahoma gives you every reason to get out and come out.
Sure.
But I figured California connection. So, so he, when he was like 5 years old, he like got swallowed up by a sinkhole.
Oops.
And then just like, and his mom was like panicking, and then he just sort of like crawled out of the ground. And so she
I love
believes.
the idea of him coming out of the ground like a potato.
Yeah, he just,
There's
just
so
kind
many
of.
more epic like pieces of produce, and you picked potato.
Potatoes are
monster.
good.
I love potatoes.
He's just,
Yeah.
I think he, like
Mythic tuber.
yeah, mythic tuber. He just sort of like swam up, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" All filthy and dirty.
Yeah.
She's like, "I thought you were dead." So she thinks that he was blessed or maybe / cursed by an earth spirit.
Uh-huh.
So
So is it like a spiritual adoption kind of background? Okay.
Yeah.
so
I'm holding.
So she also wonders if maybe it was just like a miracle from Jesus. So
right. Okay.
and this is one of the things I love about my people. There's this such like acceptance of all the beliefs. So like most Choctaw are Christians. But like most of them are like spirits, kind of like Icelanders, are like there's probably elves.
Yeah. I mean, in Iceland, they literally rerouted a road because there was a section where they thought,
your
like,
butts.
Right,
elves,
yeah, exactly,
elves
yeah.
live here.
Just
Yeah,
in case.
yeah.
Don't pave over it.
Right,
They were
yeah.
like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, the whole government, it was like, yep, all right,
Right?
move the road.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
But yeah, and like Choctaw and like most native tribes, Choctaw were practically monotheistic anyway when the Europeans got here. So so they believed in animism, so like everything had a spirit, but there was the Great Spirit or the Sun, basically. So like when the Christians came over and they're like, God, Jesus, they're like, yeah.
Close
okay,
enough.
Cool, close enough. Let's do it. So anyway, so she's like, maybe it's an earth spirit has blessed him, or maybe Jesus just miracled my boy out of the ground. Don't really care. But she like, I think he had a human father.
Okay.
But like at some point, the earth itself. It was like, that's my boy.
Well, earth science.
Or earth science, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, and so, like, it doesn't really matter to Kinsey either. Like, I don't know what it is.
Unimportant
Just,
distinction.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So he's not had a specific conversation.
No, I think he has.
Oh, okay.
But I think the geoscience god was like I am the representation of belief in geoscience, and you are my child. And he's like, okay.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Cool, Earth's my dad. Got
Close
it.
enough. Okay, yeah.
Tracks.
So, yeah. So, whatever you want to call yourself, Dad. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I
Nice.
like that.
So yeah, so something like that. I think like it's all real. Like and like there's a part of him that's like, oh yeah, the representation of science, belief in science just appeared to me, and another part of him is like, maybe that was just a spirit that thinks it's science. You know, but it doesn't really matter.
What's
he can
the
do what he
difference?
does.
Yeah.
Good.
So what brought him to L.A.?
Well, I think he was kind of an environmental activist and he studies law.
Okay.
And so maybe just finished his law degree.
So mid-20s and
yeah,
kicking around L.A. looking for
yeah,
law problems.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm
That's
thinking
what
maybe
lawyers do, I think.
right? Yeah, they just like
Yeah.
go around looking for law. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you legal? Let me help. No, so maybe a little older than that, maybe like 30 or so.
Okay.
So a little bit into it. He's been doing it for a while, but
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
We will connect
I think that's good.
that to fashion somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He's super hot, so
There you go.
Does he
Well,
go
everything
to? Does he go to like Hollywood parties?
no, probably not.
Okay, so still not connected.
No.
So, cool.
I have an idea for that, though.
All right.
Oh, okay.
To segue. So Thais's backstory, she's from like New Orleans, and her mom, or both her parents are like kind of hippies, so they did the like, let's have birth in the bathtub, and like it was cool, and we'll get a midwife, and there'll be candles, and like a Enya in the background, and some goofy bullshit. But like there were like complications during the labor, and she was born with like she was strangled by her umbilical cord when she came out, so she was born dead, and her mom like started praying to like. She was like raised Baptist because I was like, baptism. There's a water thing there.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're coming around to that.
Nailed it.
Yeah. And as it went on, she started like thinking about like her mom and her mother's mother and like all the mothers that like successfully brought children into the world, and started like praying to whoever they prayed to until she got far back enough to get like Oshun, and not just Oshun like in America, but like Oshun like in like Western Nigeria. Like so, she reached far enough back to like. And her tears like reached this old goddess who is like, you supplicate to her with tears and running water, and just sort of like inadvertently nailed it. And like the water, like the gross bathtub water, like clears immediately, and all of a sudden Thais is alive again. So it's sort of a like, since both her like physical mom and this goddess like gave her life, like that's how she's her mom.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
It's a two-mom family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the dad who's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Guys need me for anything?
Yeah. I want her to move. Like, she lives in Venice, and I want her to be a lifestyle blogger so fucking badly.
Done.
She's so judgy. I love
Like,
it.
yeah, and like, Oshun's like aspects are like luxury. Like, you worship her with like gold and fresh
Yes.
water, and she likes like really nice things. So I was hoping we could do the like, oh, and there's this like up and coming mom, like whatever you're wearing goes on her blog immediately because she like loves you. And if you have like an activism thing, she's like, this is the thing I'm pretend passionate about today.
Yeah.
Rocks or some shit. I don't know. But he looks really good with his shirt off. So
Right,
let's
yeah.
give him like a whole interview.
Yeah.
And she's just sort of like, yeah.
There's,
love
it.
There's like this. He probably went viral. There was like like photos of him like scrubbing seagulls.
Yeah, or, like,
at an
yeah.
oil spill, or like he's shirtless.
Yeah, we're like, I'm
Yeah.
for whatever he's doing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Let's make a phone call.
Yeah.
I like it.
all of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want her to be in like her early 30s, and she's got kids, but she lives that very like cozy mom life of just being like a bougie like lifestyle mom, like that's just like
I love it.
things, and this is what I suggest for this season. Like vaginal steaming, like it's a very like goop level,
Sure.
yeah, like dumb Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wait, is she a mom?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got twin sons.
Oh, okay, okay.
So She's got little kids. They're cute. And and she just like hangs out in Venice and drinks lots of juices.
Yeah. How old are the boys?
Like you do.
Let's say like 4.
Okay.
Like young enough to be like away. You're not really a part of this in a meaningful way.
Does she
You're a
know?
plot complication.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not a PC.
Does Thais know that the father is mortal?
I think she assumes so. Like, she's aware that she's, like, special, and she's like, I'm sure he's fine. Like, I don't know. She, like, not in a horrendous way. She's pretty self-involved and
Sure.
does not assume other people are as special as she is.
Sure.
So she's like, oh, you're cute. Enough. I don't think you're, like, a thing, though. Maybe you are, but she, like, never, like, tried to see it, like,
Okay.
She's just like,
So he's
but
not
I'm
really
great.
around then either, like the
No, like
baby
they're,
daddy?
she's married. Like,
Oh, they're
because-
together.
Oh my
Oh, okay,
god!
yeah.
If your life cycle, you have to have a perfect family, or no
Okay.
one will listen to
I
you.
got it.
And she just
Got
has
it.
that like, and I was talking to my husband. Oh, it's so stupid. Like she's so
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Got it.
I
I
love
have
yeah,
a
she's like,
very
oh,
clear picture in my mind now. Yeah.
It's like photograph family, but
Okay.
she's like, oh, like I'm gonna go to like 8 events. Bye. You can take care of them. Like, yeah. She's a great parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the boys right.
Yeah. All of her stuff is like, I'm such a busy mom.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's the influencer rewards tonight.
Exactly. All of that goofy
Wait, is
stuff.
that real?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it. Now it's real.
We all believe it, so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a fashion model, an eco lawyer, a Venice lifestyle blogger, mom of twins. Like
Like,
that's-
we probably know each other from events, I would guess.
Yeah. I see. I'm like, I just love that cardigan.
Kimmy, tell me about Raven.
Oh, well, I hadn't really picked like a profession for her yet. She, like I said, she was like found, so she kind of grew up in like the foster system and kind of working around there, making it work for her. So she figured out really early on that she was like special. She could make people do what she wanted. And sometimes when she was in trouble, she could suddenly not get in trouble because she could like look like somebody else. And oh yeah, she could sometimes make someone else look like her for the day and send them to school.
Oh, no.
And so she.
And they're in trouble and they don't know why.
No, I was there all day. I don't understand why you think I was absent. No. So she's
God,
kind of
that's
like
great.
grown up, like doing that, and like her mimic powers have come in super handy too, because she's able to like, oh, I didn't, I don't know. Does it work for like tests?
Probably not.
Not okay.
It's she's got to be able to see somebody do the thing. Like
Right, but
she
if
could
she-
mimic someone's handwriting.
Okay, so
For sure.
And if she sees them across the way and she doesn't know exactly what bubble they. Could she like copy what bubbles they're doing on the
Yeah,
scooter
probably. Yeah, if it was filling up bubbles, because
Yeah.
that's going to have a pattern
Yeah.
of movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not that she knows the information, but I got a perfect score. That's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Crushes Scantrons. That's so
Right?
good.
She's so good at Scantrons, but then her like fill in the blank or true false, or like she just bombs them all.
Right, absolutely, 100%. Anything that's like, anything that actually requires real knowledge, because she doesn't have that. So I feel like she got through school with like amazing marks, but if you really asked her anything, she's like, who really needs to know what they learn in school anyway? And I don't know. I'm open to like what her current occupation is.
Would she have wanted to go to college? Or was she like in a hurry to get out of school and probably college is not the...
I feel like she doesn't feel like she needs college. She
Yeah.
doesn't need college. Like, she can walk in and be like, I think it's a great idea for you to give me a job. Yeah, okay, great. I'm completely unqualified. Oh, well. I'll be great. It'll be great.
Nice.
I love that. My character is the only one who actually has like an advanced education and is also the dumb one. Basically.
So good though.
Just like,
Yeah, but I know a lot of people with college degrees who are not
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
gifted.
I mean, I had a whole cult full of tutors, so.
Right, yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad knows everything.
Yeah. I'm sort of, like, I'm feeling like,
What a know-it-all.
right?
This is very good. I have to like die to like reach your level of like, I get it too, kind of. Just flatliners in the corner.
Nice. I'm sort of open to like waiting to see how it develops with other people before I pick my occupation, but I'm thinking maybe like I don't know, like paparazzi might be something she'd be
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
at, or like a
I
journalist.
was gonna say PR.
yeah, or PR.
Yeah.
But she could be such a bullshitter. It'd be great.
Totally, but
Yeah.
I don't know if she can like convince the masses. But if she was like, "Hey, I need to get into this super secret place that this person is," oh snap! Oh
Yeah.
well, that's $10,000. I'm
Yeah.
cool for the month.
Yeah.
Like,
Nice.
I love that. Yeah.
It's sort of sleazy.
Like weirdly could be like a private investigator.
Oh yeah, that could work too.
Just because you can get to places that you're not supposed
Yeah.
to be. Or
I like the
what's the
PR thing,
process
too.
server? Like serving
Sorry,
Subpoenas.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very
I think
funny.
it is called a process server.
Yeah,
Is that? Did I actually get the right
Sounds
word?
like a,
So,
like a
yeah.
computer
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
But it's, I think it's both.
yeah.
You know, you could also be like a studio executive because nobody knows how the fuck they got there either.
That is true.
Yeah.
They just show up one
They
day.
just
and you're like,
yeah,
what
and
did you?
there's just like this 25-year-old, and they're like, "I'm the new VP of television," and you're like, "What?
What would you say you do here?
right?
Is that an office space there?
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Very good.
Nice. I mean, there's so many things.
I kind of love that for her, though.
I do.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I think that's true because like as someone who grew up probably fairly impoverished until she realized that she could use her powers for evil. Like suddenly she's like, "Hey, I'm super rich."
Yeah.
Because I do nothing and I just tell everyone what to do and they think it's a great idea. Although, one of the things on my character sheet that I did not choose was wealth for my gifts.
Yeah, okay.
So I specifically didn't choose that, so I feel like that's sort
Wait.
of gaming the system if I become
No,
something
you
super
can make a lot of money. It just means you also spend it as fast as you get it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You
what
buy a new car, you crash it,
Yeah.
you get an apartment, and then
You crash it.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Let me think about it.
Maybe it's like all of your amazing luck also just eventually turns to bad luck. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're like, I know somebody just totaled my Audi, but I didn't have to pay for
Yeah.
it, so
Yeah.
whatever.
The one thing I really like about
look, a
the
Porsche.
Yeah.
oh, that's fine. I think you should give
Ooh,
that to me.
shiny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so crow
Right?
and raven. Like,
But I also think like maybe like I kind of like the freedom and the like because I don't feel like she's the type of person who would show up for a job a lot. Like
Yeah.
so I feel like I like the freedom of
do
like
TV executives show up to work?
they have offices. I know.
Yeah.
And bargain. So I don't know. I kind of like the sort of like freelance nature of a PI or a paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So or paparazzo, I guess if it's individual, it's
Yeah.
paparazzo.
Your girls are your paparazzi.
Yeah, paparazza, whatever.
Maybe, I don't know.
So I don't know.
That's
so
true.
let me think about that because I feel like that's like even though like we all know they don't really do anything. Like I feel like that's also like too much responsibility. Like she wouldn't be attracted to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't
Okay.
want to do
Yeah,
that.
and wouldn't want to be like,
It's like,
people
pressure.
show up to the office and actually know where I'm going to be during the day. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
Yeah. So let me think about that.
Yeah, something
that.
something definitely like self-employed individual.
Yeah.
Nice.
She could be a tutor.
Don't do it. There's no money. Oh, there you go.
but like they would think they're doing so well.
Right.
Because you're telling them they're
You're doing
well.
amazing, and then they fail at everything.
Oh,
I guess you just have to study more on like your like everything you're doing with me is great. I guess you're having trouble in the test and
You are blowing up my actual fucking spot right now. We need to stop. It's like, no, he got it when we talked through it. I don't know why he's failing every
Is
test.
that- yeah.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Okay.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the
Okay.
next thing we have to answer is who the spindle is.
Who's that spindle?
Okay.
And anything else on your backstory section that you maybe need help filling in, but most of that I think kind of stands for itself.
Should we do the tangles first? Because that might then inform who our spindle is.
Well, the
Or you like
spindle
to do the other-
can
okay.
be one of the tangles, and so
Oh, I see. Okay.
gotten in the habit of filling in the spindle,
Spindle first. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let's see. I feel. Oh, this might work. Because people take pictures of her. And you take pictures of people, maybe?
Although
And-
I just got it was suggested that maybe a motivational speaker.
Oh, that might be a thing too.
But it's a thing you have to show up
That's
to
true.
on time and
Yeah.
perform
I
for
don't
an
like
hour.
that. Yeah, I don't like that.
I was thinking some sort of photographer because, like, you know, you are like doing the blogs and stuff, and you know, so maybe it's a friend of yours who's taken like the series of photos happens to be the person who also took the photo of me that went viral.
I like that.
Yeah,
Or-
it could be just like because I feel like I'm a little harder to fit in some ways than some of you guys, but
Maybe
I think it's-
connected, like a reporter or somebody at like a magazine who's like done stories on you and your efforts, and like,
yeah.
or maybe you've represented them, or something
Yeah.
like that, and then they've like they
yeah.
edit, maybe an editor or something.
Well,
or-
what about like a...
and then I sell them my pictures, and they sometimes pull your blog in and do articles from your blog. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's
maybe you
possible.
have like guest articles
Okay, I like
or
that.
something.
Yeah.
That could work, like an LA Weekly editor or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe it's just a website. You know, somebody who runs one of those like lifestyle websites, and just, you know.
We're killing the spindle.
Yeah.
Kind of like competition. Will you also do this?
No, but they promote you. They're
Yeah,
like your
that's
main.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
They're your
actually have
biggest
more
fan.
followers than you.
I'm gonna hold you under the water till the bubbles.
Yes.
Stop.
Or they pay you to do like a monthly column,
Oh,
like a
yeah,
monthly
yeah.
thing on their site.
Yeah. They're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, we got Thais.
Yeah, and they like do interviews and hire you to do photography sometimes. Like you're part of the lifestyle thing, and,
Yeah.
and I sell them pictures probably of you.
Yeah, I probably write like like environmental
I bet.
rants and
Yeah.
and for them.
Living green.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Right there.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
That could
Okay,
work.
so the sort of owner-operator of an LA local lifestyle website.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, I like that. So then I need to know information about this person. Who are they?
Someone come up with a cool name.
I'm not good at naming stuff.
I blew my load on Thais. I got none.
I can come up with a name. How about
I feel like Jason should be their name, just because.
It's you.
Name for you, but also because I go like Jason's one of those like the demigod from Greek
Oh, right,
mythology.
yeah.
So I'm right there. I'm like, okay, who are all the famous demigods in like mythology? I'm like,
Yeah.
Jason's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
We're making you the spindle for
Yeah.
the first
that?
campaign.
But won't that be a little confusing
Will it?
for listeners?
Oh, maybe. Okay, that's a good point.
Maybe so.
Maybe for the sake of performance.
Yes. Okay, that's good.
Fine.
Perseus.
Percy.
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 Good name.
Hercules Mulligan.
Done.
Yeah.
No, Percy's good.
Percy's good.
Yeah. Sorry.
Is Percy a man or a woman or a non-binary person? I think that's the right
It's like
phrase.
a man.
Yeah.
It's a man, baby.
Man.
So Percy, not Jackson.
Yeah, right?
Oh boy, that's rough,
On that
actually.
blade
Yeah.
edge. Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that.
Well,
Percy's Sonjak.
Okay, but Perseus was first.
Yes.
So
right, yeah.
100%.
Well, and I'm pretty sure Percy Jackson was named Percy because
Yeah.
of Percy.
yeah. So
I haven't heard that officially, but it
sure.
seems,
yeah, I mean that connection's there for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, side note, I just dipped that chocolate in peanut butter. And
I saw you do it and I was like, what?
I am so jealous.
Really?
there's more peanut butter. When Kimmy has some
Here,
too.
I don't eat my peanut butter, so you can have my peanut butter.
Oh, you guys got that. I
butter?
didn't get the one with the eggs and peanut butter. I
Oh,
got,
really?
I got
Oh, you
cheese
got
and
cheese and
crackers.
fruit.
Oh, yours
Yeah.
was different. I'm sorry.
adore you.
I'm the worst.
Yeah,
person
highly
ever.
recommend.
I'm gonna figure out a situation for this.
I thought they were all three the same. I just handed
They're
them.
not.
Okay.
Percy Morgan.
Morgan?
Yeah. Like spelled like the Morgan, like from
Oh,
Celtic mythology.
M-O-R-I-G-A-N.
Ooh, I like it. There's
Yeah.
no way he was going to avoid the supernatural with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's the name of his website?
Not from LA.
Fleeced.
That's good.
Because of the golden fleece.
Please.
I don't know, sorry. It could be something else. It doesn't have to be that.
That makes it also sound like you're getting robbed.
Yeah, that's a little
Yes.
rough.
Fleeced.com, where we definitely don't rob you.
Right. Yeah.
Sign up for a monthly membership at fleeced.com. You'll definitely get your money's worth.
No. What if it's like? Oh no, that's Jason in the Argonauts. Damn.
Yeah. I have something going around in my head, but it's like so many levels of removed from reference that it wouldn't actually be funny or
I
make
like that.
sense.
A to Z it.
You want to?
I want it.
So it would be called the LA. L is EL, like Spanish for the, and then A is just like the Canadian A, like EH.
You're right, that is a long ways around.
Way to go.
I mean, I don't hate it.
This is the way my brain works. I'm sorry. I'm not suggesting we use this. I'm just saying, like, I'm like, oh, this is cool, and I'm like, only to my weird ass brain. Nobody else is gonna think this is cool. But
We can
yeah.
keep mulling that over.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine. What does Percy Morgan look like?
If he's not hot, he can't hang out with us.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Definitely
just making
hot.
sure that's on
That's
the
fair.
board.
yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Louis Tam. Final answer. Sorry, I'm in love with him.
I'm sorry. Anything Louis Tan is amazing. Oh my
If you
God.
guys saw
Yeah.
Iron Fist,
Yeah.
it was the guy that played the drunken master
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah.
He was like, it was him or he who must not be named that got the
Oh,
role.
yeah.
It was between
Okay.
the two of them
Yeah.
for
Right.
it.
Which
Yes.
is
Okay.
And
eternal
then he was
mistake.
immediately more charismatic in their one scene.
Yeah, right. And could fight.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It
Almost
looks
like
way
that's
better with
important
his
for the
shirt
character or
Almost.
something.
I know, right? Yeah.
Weird.
the actor's British, but that's fine. Our character's American. So we're going to go with like muscly Asian American.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to pretend it's because I like diversity. And not because this is going in my spank bag. Hey.
I
I mean, already deposited, I think.
Yeah, it's been there.
Pulling it out.
Yeah, so you just
Temporarily.
revealed something for us to consume.
I've already made lots of withdrawals on that interest. So.
Yes.
Okay, okay, so he's running this website, which we
If we
will
don't want to
name.
make a full-on
he's in-
website, go ahead.
He's in Into the Badlands too.
Yeah, right.
Yes,
I've been meaning to
yeah.
watch that. I don't know if it's any good or
No,
not.
you
but-
know, I haven't watched past the first season. The first season was really good. I like it a lot. It's
I'll check it out.
yeah, futuristic kind of. It's sort of the wuxia action version of The Handmaid's Tale, but
Ooh.
mostly with boys.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But you know, it's that same kind of like
And the plight of oppressed men.
yeah, well, yeah.
It's relevant.
I know, right? Yeah, but it's
Poor
more like
boys.
you know, like the whole world is kind of like reverted to like this really sort of fundamentalist kind of
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, interesting.
economy, and but it's actually really cool. It's got a good story. And,
Yeah, see, the advertisements were just like, it's martial arts and motorcycles. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
that's-
I'm like,
I like those
Right.
things, but I don't know if I,
Yeah.
like, what's the story here? You know, they,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
This is and Aramis Knight plays the lead, and he's really fantastic. He's so
Nice.
good,
I
and
need to watch it.
some really fantastic actors in all of it.
Okay.
By the way, if we don't want to do like a website that's made whole cloth, he could be like the web editor of like Vanity Fair.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I feel like that makes it really easy for
Yeah.
us to all
Yeah.
like aggregate. Like, how are we all
And
involved?
he's not like,
Yeah.
he's not personally like the boss of something super important.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
He's Vanity Fair's LA
Yeah.
editor.
Web editor, LA base, Vanity Fair. I like it.
Cool.
That's great. And is it okay if he wears expensive suits?
I
Yes,
mean,
please.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he has
Like
to wear
two-
clothes.
Yeah,
It's
mostly that.
required.
First
Okay.
episode, we're getting him shirtless.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how.
So on
My character.
on
can
your
have a
character
boyfriend,
sheet,
so-
go ahead and fill in Percy Morgan for the name of your spindle. And Sam, how
Yes?
specifically does your character know Percy?
Let's see. Well, she's probably done like a fashion spread for
Okay.
the magazine. And he edited it.
Sure. Okay. So
He was there at the photo shoot.
Yeah, you
so
got to
we've
meet
met.
him at the photo shoot.
Yeah, he
and-
did not see my legs.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, because they were doing like a winter look.
Yeah.
It was- yeah.
I want want your ankles to be the thing that lifts the veil from his eyes.
Yes.
I'm sure that'll be part of it.
Your eldritch shins. I love it so much.
Adam, how specifically does Kenzie know Percy?
He has food or sex for me?
Yeah.
No.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
What
possibly
if he's like a
both.
super good chef?
He totally is. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the Antony.
Oh, maybe we're just roommates.
Oh, like college roommates?
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're both.
Or we were college roommates.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were college roommates, and that's. I think that's good.
Okay.
Nice.
So hold on. Not Sam was photographed. Eve was photographed.
To clarify, I don't have tentacle legs, just my character.
As far as anyone knows.
I cannot see your legs. My mortal mind glosses over them.
College.
Definitely below the table at all times.
College roommate. Okay, and how
Thank you.
how specifically is Thais best friends with Percy?
I think they've like been at like the crappy little influencer parties enough that she's like one of those people that like collects people,
Yeah,
and he's just adorable to her,
And-
and she like enjoys showing him off.
and like genuinely liked her articles, probably.
Yeah,
Like,
well, let's hope that she's not. Like, I hope that she's kind of a garbage person, but
well,
like
you have
the blog
divine
is pretty
presence,
good.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, if you can meet face to face with someone, they're gonna have a favorable impression about you. So
perfect. I feel like he's like that one. Like when you are like, I'm gonna have a dinner party, and if I'm just imagining, like, you just fill a couple slots for me, like, please be in my. Like, yeah, she's like one. He's like one of those people that she likes to show off.
Yeah.
Because he has like a real job.
okay, so I'm gonna put that he's a fan of your work.
I like that more. Just put collaborator. Yay! Sweet.
Yeah, I think he approached you at a party the first time. He's like, "Wait, are you Thais of?" Yeah, cool. I read your piece about whatever. Like that was okay.
Right.
I like that. And how does Raven know Percy?
I sell him pictures
Oh yeah, okay.
of celebrities and
You're
whatever else.
Um,
And I think I'm probably pretty well known, and I'm probably like disliked by a lot of the other paparazzi because they're like, "How did you get into that building to get a picture of them?"
yeah.
Like in
So-
the middle of their divorce, how did you get in the courtroom? That doesn't make
Right,
any
yeah.
sense.
You can
Like,
do that.
yeah,
I'm trying to connect this in my mind because I'm trying to think of how like what Percy would need paparazzi pictures for because I don't think Vanity Fair like publishes
that's
that
true.
kind of stuff. I mean, would your character be open to also being kind of like a professional photographer?
sure.
And paparazzi on the side?
Maybe you took a photo of me that went viral.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you also could have been at photo shoots.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, because also you just have to show up and tell somebody, I'm a professional photographer.
Right.
And they go, you're
Sure,
a
of course
professional
you are.
photographer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I moonlight as a paparazzo, and then
Because
also
it pays better.
Yeah, because
Oh my
it
God.
says
Yeah, it
better.
does.
Yeah, right.
And then like when I feel like it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll show up and maybe I'll take some pictures of Vanity Fair today.
Yeah.
I feel like that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I like
I
that.
feel like having a job today.
So you're
And I like that you just happen upon like random, like perfect photographs.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Constantly.
yeah.
You just have like a burner iPhone, and you're just like in the middle of like a famous couple breaking up. Like, hold on, let me just
Yeah. I'm sorry.
sell that for a lot.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah.
And then they do. She's like, "You're right. I didn't project.
Yeah.
I hate you."
I'm pretty sure Raven refers to herself as a photog.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. And I feel like I'm like
Kills me a little bit. I love it.
I'm constant. I'm sort of like always in like jeans and like a hoodie,
Yeah.
and it's just like, hey, cool, and it like looks great all the time, even though it's like probably the same pair of jeans
Yeah.
and hoodie most people
So
are
like Jessica Jones, but a garbage person.
yeah, kind of.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it.
Nice.
good.
That's so good. Okay, so I have a really clear idea how you all know each other.
Yay.
So we need to answer some questions about the day you saved Percy.
Yeah.
And then,
That's
okay,
fascinating.
so for context, usually what we do, and we can fudge this a little bit, Everything
Hold on,
okay?
touching it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just making some noise in the
I
headphones.
gesticulate, and this is a very loud necklace. I'm gonna just take it off.
Well, no, it's not the necklace. It's actually
okay.
just the wire. For some reason, it's really sensitive today, so just don't touch the wire.
It's had a rough
I'm gonna
weekend.
touch it.
The wire does not give you consent.
So we can fudge this a little bit. Usually the way we play this is that about a year ago, you all kind of crash into, I mean, you've known Percy for a while, but a year ago, something happens, right? Supernatural level, Percy's in trouble, can't save himself because he's just immortal. He's just a man. And he's going to need your help. All four of you show up to save him. You save him. We'll talk about how and why. And then sort of the last year or so, the four of you like keep running into each other, and you're like, oh my god, what's actually happening? And then you start to realize that there's, I mean, also your supernatural abilities were on display to save Percy. So,
Sure.
you know, all that sort of comes out, and your, you know, woven bandness is, you know, becomes apparent over the course of the last year or 6 months or, you know, whatever time you want it to be. And that's the period of time where these tangles start filling in. So usually if it's a year, it's enough time to sort of feel like, you know,
Okay.
relationships building and all that sort of stuff. So first, let's save the spindle.
Yay!
Our spindle found himself facing insurmountable supernatural odds, an epic disaster, a monster, other demigods, etc. But we saved him. What did we save him from?
I don't know what, but I beg of you, can this be at the Vanity Fair Oscar party?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I just
Yes.
want to be pretty in my head, in my theater of the imagination with you guys. Fancy.
Fanfare Oscar party happened.
Wearing gowns.
So Adam,
or tuxedos.
Yeah.
for your character, I might have missed it. I don't know. I kind of picture because you're so ridiculously attractive and also an activist.
Yeah.
That you also tend to date like amazing celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how you are always at the parties and stuff. Because
yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense to you?
No, I kind of like that. Like he really does just kind of roll through life, and
Nice.
you know, and
Bro.
and like I think just like random like celebrities will just be like, oh my god, you're the guy who was cleaning the seagull on the beach. I love you.
Yeah.
Do you want to come to an Oscar party with me? And you know.
Yeah, his Instagram's like 20,000
Yeah,
followers.
exactly.
Right.
And he's like, I have like 6 photos on there. Why do they care? They're like, whatever. Click.
There's
And
8
then-
reasons why they
Yeah,
care.
I know, right? Yeah.
Turn your mic.
Oh, that's right.
Turn yourself on.
Damn it. Got to turn myself on.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think, yeah, he just.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so we're all at the Vanity Fair Oscar party.
And something happened specifically to Percy, not the whole party.
Yeah.
So maybe he went up on the roof, or you're in the stairwell, or something, but specifically something supernatural is happening, and you four step in to save him. What trouble was he in?
Oh, I think that he had just recently named somebody the most beautiful woman in history.
Oh, okay.
And Aphrodite was like, hold
Get a
up.
golden apple struggle? Yes!
Yeah. And I think Aphrodite was like, I'm gonna send something at you. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
That bitch.
That bitch.
Yeah.
She's always doing that, but you know. But yeah.
Let's see, what could she send? She could send harpies. She could send a siren. She could send.
Yeah.
Oh, a siren might be a good.
Oh, maybe
option.
yeah. Like a siren had like lured him up to the roof and was just gonna like make him. Yeah.
So good.
Oh.
And we're all like, no, bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
Can we get like
Okay.
a Lana Del Rey pop siren? Just Baroque pop.
Yeah.
Leading
Yeah.
them to disaster.
Right.
That's amazing.
Okay, so Siren is leading him up to the roof and is going to eat his soul or whatever, or at least his insides. And yeah, you probably noticed because you're like, whoa, why is he leaving with her or him?
Yeah.
I don't know. We could have boy sirens. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
What do we
true.
want?
I feel like the siren looks like
I
the
want an
perfect thing to
androgynous
everybody.
siren.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So
yeah,
whatever
there-
you desire is what the
All right.
siren looks like.
Yeah.
It's just Tilda Swinton for everyone.
Right? That's the correct answer.
Okay, cast as Tilda Swinton. Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Easy. We'll just use they pronouns.
Right, yeah.
That's,
Yes.
that makes
Yeah.
the most sense. Okay, so the siren takes Percy up to the roof. The four of you get involved. I think it's like the four of you individually are like, well, I gotta go help him. And then you all end up in the stairwell. You're like, who the fuck are you? They're like, wait, I remember you from the thing. You know, like,
Yeah.
whatever, I'm going to the roof. And
Yeah.
you should wait here, it's dangerous. Like, no, you should wait here, it's dangerous. Like, whatever, I'm going up to the roof. So, four of you wind up on the roof.
Nice.
You guys are all arguing about it. I just keep walking. Oh yeah.
Okay, so up on the roof, fighting the siren, shit went down. There was substantial collateral damage. What got wrecked, and how did we cover it up?
I answered the last one.
Yeah, it's too bad. 'cause
Can the siren fall off the roof through like a glass observatory ceiling and
Yes.
into the party?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's what the collateral damage was. How did we make it not a supernatural incident that the whole world knows about?
I don't know. We have
Oh,
some
God.
talented liars and
Yeah,
spinners
right?
in the bunch.
Well,
Poor.
I could go down there and do some creeping darkness so nobody can see what it is.
That'll probably buy us some time, and then you can fudge some explanation about
It's
what
just
happened.
So sad. This poor, drug addict
Yep.
committed suicide in the middle of the Vanity Fair party
To like
Here's
make a statement.
to make a statement. Yeah,
Yeah.
and here's some amazing pictures. Who'd like this? I mean, it's highest bidder.
Yeah.
Nobody's in charge in front of it.
I mean, I'm sure the police will want a copy.
Yeah.
Who's the
Digital.
celebrity that, like, every couple of years, the rumor goes around that they've died? And
I don't
Macaulay
know.
Culkin.
is it Macaulay Culkin?
I don't know.
There's a
I feel
bunch
like
of
I've heard
them.
him die every like just like
Yeah,
he's so
there's
he's
some
so
celebrity, and it's like every 3 or 4 years, somebody's like, "Oh my God, so and so died," and everybody's like, "No, they're
No, they
still
didn't.
alive."
No,
All right.
everybody's like, really? And then they're like, no, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
All right,
Who was it?
that's all right. We're moving
Tell me if
forward.
the chat room figures
Sweet.
it out.
Okay, collateral damage was the roof. That is not spelled correctly. Roof glass fall
I like that.
in.
Yeah.
And so the four of you saved Percy from this horrible siren monster, and in the process, earned the admiration of a major divine being. Who was it, and why were they impressed?
Not Aphrodite.
No.
Yeah.
She's probably kind of mad.
Yeah.
Hold for question 4.
Who doesn't like Aphrodite in the Greek pantheon?
Hera.
Hera.
Yeah.
Maybe Hera's
Sweet.
like,
Yeah.
Hephaestus, kinda.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. Though.
yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to hit it. I mean, she's his wife,
wife.
Yeah.
but she doesn't do it with him.
Just everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of maybe there's some sort of god or goddess of justice that was like
Not in the Greek pantheon.
no,
Yeah,
not in the Greek
right.
pantheon,
I
but
mean,
maybe
kind
some
of,
other pantheon was
Athena.
kind of
What's her
like
face? Yeah,
Yeah.
Athena.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or it can be someone related to your pantheons. Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
something else.
No one's
entirely.
gone mad, so it's definitely not my pantheon.
Probably not yours.
I feel like mine's just like colonizers.
Yeah.
Playing this game.
Don't
Totally.
scare me like that, colonizer. I love that line. Let's see.
There's Tyr. He's the god of justice.
Oh yeah,
Like
maybe
Norse.
that's yeah.
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 I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you spell him again?
I like him.
TYR.
He's the only
Oh, yeah.
one who was nice to Fenris.
Right? Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, maybe Tyr is like reinventing himself as like, in it, and like Tyr's like trying to get like
Is he trying to add social to the front of his
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's trying to get verified.
Right, yeah.
social justice. There you go.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Oh, maybe that's true. Like all the social justice warrior
Yeah.
thing has like, and Tyr's like, this is my thing now too.
Got it.
Yeah. internet justice is
Yeah.
also justice.
God.
Yeah.
Or in your, I know you're working on like the social media, like modern pantheon.
Yeah.
Is there like
Oh.
a god of movies and like, because they might be super glad that the party didn't get messed up. Although I guess the party did get messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party's definitely
Okay.
ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a god of media would be like, this is way more interesting than the party.
Oh yeah, I
That's
mean,
great.
that's
so many
it
more
is-
hits.
Yeah.
It is going to blow up the posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely like immediately
And
spin it to like
raises
it's
awareness.
so important
Yes.
to talk about like mental health and just getting your friends to like if you see something like you just need to intervene and be like yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually
God of
true,
spin.
even
Yeah,
though we're
for sure.
joking about it. But yeah. So do we want Tyr or do we want to impress the god of social media?
I think those are both great
Yes.
options.
Yeah, right. I like the god of social media.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
okay with either.
Yeah, let's do it,
Social
yeah.
media.
Social media.
Classic enemy, modern ally.
I like
They're just
the-
watching like ooh good guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
Nice
yeah.
pivot.
Yeah.
This
I
is
like
all
it.
God.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're like, Vanity Fair is my oracle, so...
Don't mess with that shit.
This one might be easy. We ticked off a different divine being.
That's definitely after
okay.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And maybe the whole Greek pantheon. She's like, did you see what these young whippersnappers did? Oh my
I
god.
don't know. There's so much infighting
That's
there.
true.
Like, there's no way they'd all be on the same page about
Ever.
something.
Right, yeah.
They're all talking
yeah.
about her behind her back that she got upstaged
Yeah,
Right, yeah,
by
yeah.
a bunch of demigods.
Artemis is like, slut.
And so,
Kara's like she's so extra all the
Right,
time.
all the time, so extra.
Just forever with you. I cannot.
our spindle. So I know we sort of talked about this a little bit, but how did our spindle get tangled up in this plot? Like, what? Why did she send the siren after him?
Oh, because he.
Oh,
did you
that's
say
right.
He,
His like top
Yeah.
100.
he
faces
declared somebody
and-
like the most beautiful of,
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
all time. or
Yeah, he
something.
did
Yeah.
like hyperbolic language.
Yes.
And, like,
Yeah.
like
She
of
got
all
shitty
time
about it.
forever.
Yeah,
and ever.
yeah.
She's like,
Right.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the headline even was like, not even Aphrodite would argue this.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Called her
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally.
Even Aphrodite agrees
Yeah.
blank is
Yeah.
the most beautiful in history.
I have been misquoted.
Yeah.
I did not say that.
Yeah.
Aphrodite's now like a sassy black woman, and she's like, keep
Yeah.
my name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
You don't know me. Siren.
You don't know me.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh my god, Aphrodite is actually Beyonce.
Right? Oh my! She's just like lemonading everywhere, like through like Mount Olympus. They're like, stop breaking it. I'm just gonna fix it with clouds later.
Right,
but
yeah.
Find whatever you need.
Oh, please let Beyonce be the child of Aphrodite. Oh my god,
That
that's so
seems
perfect.
Clear.
Legit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, that's obvious.
Man.
Okay.
That's so good.
So the four of you came together
That's
to
very
fight
Oh,
a
no, do
siren.
not.
Yeah.
Try not to clap in front of your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
You fought the siren sent by Aphrodite to kill your friend Perse.
yeah.
And in the process of fighting the siren got killed and fell through the glass roof at the Vanity Fair big party, Oscar party. Impressed the god of social media, partly for defending Percy, who's a little bit of a champion of
Yeah.
social media, and also for the hits.
But maybe also because like she ended like Raven ended up getting like the perfect boomerang of her.
It would blow up. It'd be.
Undeniably, it's
Oh
like
my
I mean,
god.
props though.
Oh god. Raven's terrible.
I love
Okay.
it.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we know who the spindle is. We know how we saved him. In the aftermath of that, Percy is now irreversibly aware of the supernatural. He can see it. Like there are lots of times too. Like you're just walking down the street and there's like a 7-foot tall dude in a suit, and like if you can actually see him, he's like bright red and has horns, and like most people just don't see that because it's unimportant and they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's seeing all this stuff like all the time now.
Poor Betty.
He can see, however, you folks look different, right? Like,
Oh, good.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's much more
Wear a
aware.
maxi skirt, please.
That's why you never have to shave your legs.
Right? God, I told you no more culottes.
So your friend is needing the support of people who understand what he's going through. And you have spent the last year, sort of looking after him, making sure he's okay. He's also like a problem magnet now, and that just keeps happening over and over. And that's just your life is. And also, if at any point one of you is like, "What? Okay, this is just too much. I'm leaving Los Angeles." This is like events will conspire to bring you back.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like,
Gotcha.
get off the bus to go get a drink. Get back on the bus. You got on the wrong bus. It's going back to LA. Right. Like it's just you get on a plane and then there's engine trouble and they don't take off and then everyone gets off and you got to be back on the other plane, but you don't have a ticket for that plane. Like, cool. Can't leave Los Angeles.
Yeah.
If you all want to go somewhere together, that's different.
Yeah.
But your woven bandedness is too strong.
Okay,
Right? You've created this sort of gravity well for each other.
Yeah.
You will accidentally run into each other. Even you're all in LA, fine, but like LA's a big place. If you're listening at home, it's a very large place with millions of people, and the four of you will just randomly run into each other.
Nice.
So, real quick, what part of LA does Eve live in?
Oh, that's a good question.
Just for funsies.
Come back to me.
Okay, Adam?
I'm thinking like mid-city,
Like downtown, kind of?
not quite downtown, like USC area.
Oh, USC area, sure.
So, yeah. But or sort of west side.
I
Maybe.
figured it out.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Santa Monica.
I was going to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Because she likes to swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My side of town, girl. Get over here.
I live. Was it Mid Wilshire where the La Brea tar pits are?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mid
yeah.
Wilshire.
What's up
I
with
live
the
near La
Museum
Brea.
Row?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I live over
Mid
there.
Nice.
Got it. And Bria? Venice, right?
I'm gonna like slightly alter that to like a more specific, like that part of like Mar Vista where you like buy a bungalow and then knock it down and build like a cement cube, like a super modern cube. Yeah, and part of like the weird gentrification of
Got
that
it.
like old hippie
Got it.
area. Sweet.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
I
Raven?
think downtown, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say between that and the valley. I feel like,
Nice.
yeah.
Like in those downtown gentrified loft
The
kind
like
of things?
National
she's-
Biscuit lofts. I love that.
Maybe I seems like a
wouldn't-
loft girl to me.
Yeah, I feel like, but I wouldn't be like the gentrified. Like, I feel like I'd be in like an old loft, like a warehouse
okay.
of some type.
Yeah.
Like something more.
the one that's going to be real expensive in like 2 years.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The
Yeah.
one
Nice.
that,
Yeah.
like, as soon as they can get everyone to move out, like, they're going to knock down and build one of the beautiful gentrified lofts.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Got it.
yeah. That they're trying to make
nice.
look like this, but
You're
yeah.
a proto hipster.
Right.
Yeah, total.
That's a perfect term. Okay, that's great. That was just for fun because I
Yeah.
wanted to know that.
Nice.
Okay, so the tangles now, these are how you're all wound up with each other. Better idea?
Well, also, like, it's possible I kind of live wherever I want because I'm like, hey, can I stay with you?
Oh, that's
Oh my
true.
God.
So maybe I don't even have
no.
my own place.
That's so good.
I mean, you don't have to have your own place, that's
Let me
for
think
sure.
about that.
Yeah.
Maybe I have like
You
my
flit to and fro.
yeah.
Oh,
like,
also you could turn into
professional
a
couch
bird
surfer.
and just like
Chill out.
roost.
That's not
You made Roost so dirty, and I love it.
I
It's
also
a filthy
like
thing
my
to do.
things, but yeah, maybe I'm a professional couch surfer. I kind of like that. Let me think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun.
Now, keep in mind your fake news power works when you're not telling the truth,
Right.
right? So if I mean, it's just a bonus anyway. But like, if you're telling something that's true, like I want to stay with you, and that's true, you don't get the bonus.
Right.
So I just wanted to keep that in mind.
What if you're always the Airbnb guest people forgot about? They're like, oh, hi, I'm here. Oh, I thought you were going to be out of town. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, my bad. Like,
Yeah.
here's the keys.
Yeah.
Drink whatever you want, I
Yep.
guess. Yeah.
Totally
you just
forgot
like
about this. I'm
you
going to go
just
to a
trawl
hotel.
Yeah.
Airbnb for like
Absolutely.
What you used Airbnb like Lyft.
Yes.
Right? You're like, what is the
100% what it is.
closest Airbnb to
Yeah.
me tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100% what I do. That is it.
I love that.
Does she have much in the way of possessions, like her camera and
She kind of likes shiny
phone
things,
and-
but she keeps them with her. She's got
little things?
little things. And I probably have like my jeans and like hoodie are like designer. That's like a $500 hoodie
Yeah, of
that doesn't
course.
really look at like a $500.
Right,
You're like,
yeah.
you paid $500?
Oh God, what's that brand? Ventimate? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's like it's $1,000 like collaboration with Champion
Yeah.
for a destroyed hoodie that fits nowhere.
Yeah.
So it's all like super expensive stuff, but I just have it in my backpack with me. And I think I have a
Just
car.
like jam your
Yeah.
$500
Yeah.
hoodie into the backpack.
I feel like I have a really nice car.
Oh,
and it's
probably,
like in
yeah.
the trunk.
Yeah.
Like, all my possessions.
So
are like-
good.
Well, I wonder if you would have.
Tice is like,
Totally don't have to do
please
this.
use a steamer.
I got excited because Volkswagen announced they're going to do an all-electric Volkswagen bus.
Oh God.
And it's all like modern styling and everything, but it's because of the size of it, they can put a pretty big battery under it, and inside it's got the like turn the seats around and have a table and like or fold everything in. It's like this
super
super
legit.
modular robot car.
I have
basically.
to buy
Now I
a
do
house
want
so that
that.
I can buy one when it
Right?
comes out. Like,
Yeah.
It's my Tesla struggle.
So I don't know if
I know,
you want
right?
the one electric prototype that you convinced them to give you, but you
I feel like I have like an amazing muscle car.
Oh, okay.
So actually, it's going to be a 1970 Hemi Cuda that's
she
in
didn't think
electric
about that.
green with black racing stripes.
Not that you put any thought into
No.
it, or
Yeah.
Off
May
the dome.
or may not be my dream car.
Nice.
So yes,
Weird.
This is so Kimmy. I don't know what God I want, but this is the car.
but this
Yeah.
is a car.
yeah,
lean
legit.
Like,
in
just
where you
surprise
do
me on the
now.
God. I'm fine with that. But this is
is
what
the
my
car.
car looks
Yes.
like. Yeah. I love that.
All right, cool.
She's playing Demigods.
Right.
It's a completely different game. It's all cars. It's very good.
That's my Transformers powered by the apocalypse.
Yeah. And then-
I will play that, and I will be the black one. What's up, little bitches? Why, Jazz? Why?
Why? Right?
Why? Oh man.
Oh my God.
That's so
Nice. Oh man.
Okay, so the tangles. There's 6. Everyone's got 6, and they're just blanks. You may have some idea what you want to put in. What I like to do is have everyone read all 6 just as blanks.
Okay.
Go around and kind of listen for like, ooh, Sam, put me down for that one, because you know, like as we go, like you might hear one that's a good fit for you, or and then when we come back, whoever goes first will be like, okay, well, this makes sense for so and so, and we'll just do 1 or 2 at a time, and kind of let everyone filter in. The only rules being you need to have 1 for each of the other 3. You can have more than 1 for any one person as long as you've got everybody on your sheet.
Okay.
And you can have Percy as one of them.
Nice.
But, let's also try to share Percy. Like if you're sleeping with Percy and somebody else wants to be sleeping with Percy, let's make sure that's okay with everybody and not gonna, blow up.
We're all screwing Percy.
Which is fine if everyone's fine with it.
Yeah.
That's just grown-ups and talking about our relationships. That's
I
fine.
mean,
Yeah.
people who look like Louis Tan should expect that everybody wants
all
to
I'm
have sex
saying.
with them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yup.
you should just know this is a thing that people want from you because you look like that. Please make out with me.
Nice.
So, would anyone like to read their 6 first?
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. So we have blank has seen you at your worst, disheveled and confused, which I like because I never want anyone to see
Right.
me like that. You've seen a dark future thread tangled around blank. You were wrong about blank and you can't figure out why. You ache for blank, Louis Tan. Have seen what will happen if you reveal your true feelings. We'll get married and have kids. That's cool. I know. You know the secret blank keeps in their heart, and someone in blank's pantheon is plotting against them, but you don't know all the details.
Kimmy, do you want to go next?
Sure. Blank actually caught you in a lie one time and earned your respect. You and Blank pulled a hellish prank one time.
Just
Probably
once.
me.
Hellish, come on. You can't resist pushing Blank's buttons. You're in trouble with Blank's pantheon, but they don't know it's you. Blank will make an excellent shield between you and trouble when it finally comes down. and it seems like Blank understands why you do what you do. You'll have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, you don't want somebody who understands you. That's
That's terrifying.
Mine has Blank doesn't get what you do, but at least they're pretty.
That's amazing.
You have a grudging respect for Blank's skills. You've battled the supernatural shoulder to shoulder with Blank and trust them explicitly. It's definitely not you. Your pride has kept you from telling Blank your true feelings for them. Blank knows the dark secret you keep locked away. And you accidentally injured Blank with your powers, but they don't know it was your fault.
I actually have people put the trickster down as like, this is the person I trust more than anyone, not really realizing that they're the trickster, and the trickster's taking advantage of that, and it's like a whole complicated thing.
so
Right?
fun.
You get to do that however you want,
Okay.
but there are options. Your character's probably a little too wise for that.
Yeah, I mean, being like the head of a cult, basically,
Right.
she's probably a little wise
You
to that kind of
familiar with
tactic.
scams, for sure.
I've seen this before. Yeah. So mine are, you are fascinated by Blank's charismatic way with people. Blank's manner is a complete mystery to you. You accidentally injured Blank with your element. You had a fling with Blank, but were confused when things got complicated afterward. You rely on Blank to be your elemental whisperer, clarifying for you when you're not making sense. And you've tussled with Blank, and you respect their abilities.
Yeah, the elemental's sort of written as being the opposite of good with people.
Yeah.
Like they just think about like this one thinks about rocks a lot.
Yeah.
Like, rocks are so cool.
I mean, you don't understand.
I do kind of want to walk by you and be like, sweetie, you're staring.
Yeah.
It's geode. Pick it up and let's keep going.
Sorry, it's just amazing.
But it's
so cool, dude.
It's fun to imagine that too with like fire or lightning or water. You know, it's just like I'm gonna go soak in the pool. Like why? You just got out of the pool.
Right,
Like
yeah.
oh
Yeah.
well
You guys just walk by me and I'm just staring at a brick wall.
yeah. Not that they're dumb. The elemental it's not necessarily stupid. I mean, you could be if you want to, but like. You know, you've gone through law school. You're probably not that dumb.
Yeah.
But they're
He's
just
not dumb. He's just way more aware of what rocks think than what people think.
yeah. That's kind of the idea behind the elemental design. So either Abria could go first, or does anybody have one that's jumping off the page that they're desperate to fill in?
Well, I have several that are like really good for all of you.
You have to pick.
I feel like it's super obvious that you'd be the one to catch me in alliance. And
Yeah, right?
that just like screams for me. So you caught me in a lie one time, and you earned my respect because of it.
Let's think about what you were lying about. What you don't have to answer that right now, but like think about that. What you got caught lying about.
Okay.
I feel like because like magic, bullshit, and Earth are like very opposite, that maybe Kenzie doesn't get what I do, but at least they're pretty because he is very pretty.
Yes,
is
Yeah, sure.
And then I have Eve's manner is a complete mystery to me.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, she is the epitome of squishy.
Yeah.
Squishy noises.
Right, yeah.
Like,
And especially if you're not good with regular people, like
Yeah.
she's like weird people.
Yeah. Like I just sort of understand normal humans, but you're like kind of half ball of light, half tentacle, and
Yeah.
it just does not make any sense.
There's no Earth.
You are all things that should not exist.
yeah.
And I'm only things that are like solid and touchable.
Perfect.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah. That works a lot.
What else we got?
I really like the Raven has seen you at your worst, disheveled and confused. Like maybe you got like a paparazzi moment where she was like screaming at her husband, her kids were being like super shitty, and it like wasn't a perfect moment. And I'm like, how much money do I have to give you to delete that? I know. My viewership.
Raven's like, I definitely deleted it.
Sure.
100%.
Nice.
Deleted this copy.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. You had one, the blank will make a great shield.
Yes.
You could easily use that on me. Like, I don't know if you want to use me, but Kinsey is pretty shieldy, and
I was actually going to use Percy for that one.
Oh, that's underhanded.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's a mortal. Go get him.
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
You're the worst.
I like that. That's a way better answer.
But I have one for you. I feel like I'm in trouble with Kenzie's Pantheon, but they don't know it's me because I fucked my way through school. I don't actually learn anything, and I use magic to screw over all their instructional learning.
That is
So
the
they're just-
antithesis of the science pantheon.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Very
frustrated
good.
and annoyed with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
And also, Abria, you had the one, like, somebody's pantheon is plotting against them.
Yeah.
That might be good for me, too, because, like, I have this sort of laissez-faire, like, the science pantheon is like, you should make people believe in science. I'm like, whatever.
Nice.
So maybe,
like it.
what is it? Maybe behavioral science or whoever. Somebody is like...
Yeah, it could just be the pantheon.
Right, yeah.
Like, can we just shore up whatever? He's just
Right,
fine
yeah.
with it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah,
That's not how
your
we do
kid
this.
is not being scientific about all of this.
We need a method.
Right, yeah.
Earth science, you dropped the ball.
Right, yeah.
I was waiting for somebody to make it. I love it. Yes.
I mean, mine feels very obvious for you, but like the dark future thread tangled around you feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
just very like ominous.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Something's gonna go
If
weird
anybody's
for you.
ominous,
Dark-
it's probably
Yeah,
Jacob.
right.
Dark futures in Cthulhu mythos?
What?
Surely not.
Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I have a grudging respect for Raven's skills.
Nice.
Because, like, her ability to, like, get people to do whatever she tells them, basically, is very impressive. And as a person who led a cult, that's probably useful.
Feels like
So,
home.
yeah, exactly.
right, yeah.
I'm like, I don't trust her, but she's real good at that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right while you guys are finishing.
I think I rely on Thais to be my elemental whisperer.
Nice. Sweet. I like
Yeah,
that one
so-
or the charisma one, but I figure like the
I
charisma
was,
could work
yeah,
for either.
that's what I was
Like,
thinking. I think the charisma one works
Nice.
better for Raven.
Yeah, I'm definitely down
Yeah.
with being like,
So,
sweetie.
yeah.
Like we go on hikes and
Yeah.
you're like way more into the hike than I am, and I'm like, I got
Yeah.
3 like photos of me sweating.
Yeah.
Can we move on? Why are you
You're
just
like-
sitting there? Oh my god.
Like,
Take the rock with you. Take it with you.
Just pick up the rock,
Yeah.
sweetie.
It's
yeah.
like noon.
Yeah.
I want to go home.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's
Yeah.
brunch.
Right,
Sweet,
yeah.
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 You promised
Like-
me drinks. Why are we still in
Oh
the
yeah,
hot?
yeah.
Nice. I like that a lot.
And then I think I'm fascinated by Raven's charismatic way with people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote down bad notes for yours, so I don't remember the ones. I was like, dark secret, dark powers. That's vague. Yeah. So I don't remember what yours were, but I trust whatever you have on there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see.
If you don't put down that you hooked up,
I was thinking that
I will fight you.
Right, yeah. Well,
I will fight you.
I know that I was. So I have either I had the fling with Percy, or I accidentally injured Percy, or maybe it's both. But yeah, I think huh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
I was looking at you.
Hello.
Will you get me a Diet Coke?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think back in college,
you
Percy
were
and
roommates.
Kinsey used to just hook up all the time because it's there.
He was
and
trying
it's
to clarify what he where he was at sexually.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he was just like, girls, boys,
Good.
girls
Yeah.
and boys.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Okay, no,
And you're like,
let's go.
I'm here for you.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
let's figure this out.
Right.
together.
Yeah.
Why
And
not
just-
both?
Yeah. And we're just like, oh, okay, we're having sex. Okay. Cool. Rocks.
Yeah. That's your baseball.
Right,
Cold showers.
yeah.
Like,
Rocks. But yeah, I and then he developed feelings for me, and I'm like, oh, what are those?
Yeah.
Oh, are you using it for the get complicated afterwards?
Yes. Yeah. And
I have one. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
So there's the obvious one that's you and Yi pulled a hellish prank one time. But I think there's another one that might be a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
it seems like you understand why you do what you do. You have to keep an eye on them. Because I feel like growing up in a cult, like, manipulating people and
Get it.
Yeah.
like you're like, oh yeah, that's normal.
Like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah,
That's just what you do to get people to do what you want.
yeah. And I'm always like, okay. Well, yeah, but weird that you're cool with that and get it.
This is your problem now. Morsel of shame. Go.
Yes.
I should also point out, if you do want to do multiple tangles for people, the number of tangles you have with someone is what you add to a die roll when you want to help them in an action. Right? So, like, if Adam wants to help Abria with a thing that Abria's doing, Adam will look at how many tangles he has with her and add that to the die roll.
Sweet.
So,
Okay.
if you have a lot of tangles with someone, you know them really well and you're really, familiar and you know how to help them. And if you don't know them that well, it's, just a die roll.
Nice. I really want to do You Were Wrong About Percy, and you can't figure out why. And I want him to, like, I'm sorry, I'm going to make him kind of slutty. Like, he keeps getting, like, romantically involved with, like, people from different pantheons, and he keeps fucking up my, like, readings of him. I'm like, stop screwing pantheons! I don't understand what's going to happen to you. I'm worried, and it keeps getting weird when you put your dick in a thing.
I love that. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if he's like a lot of the pantheons, like suddenly he has their attention, and he's kind of like a stud horse,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we can make demigods with this
Yeah,
That
right?
guy.
because
Yeah.
they want a mortal parent. And
He's a
I
good
love that.
choice.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Every time I'm like, I just can't.
All the guys are trying to
yeah,
get
you
pregnant
get a
by
lot of
Percy.
feedback on
Yeah.
that.
This is the static.
On the
like,
reading.
that nosebleed.
Yeah, don't
Not
try
from
to-
powerful, but like, I just can't.
Yeah, don't read his aura.
His
It's
sexual
all
energy
messed
is
up.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I have one, let's see, for, I think, for Thais, I'm going to say Thais knows the dark secret you keep locked away.
Yeah,
Because she sees that dark
Yeah.
thread. So she probably knows, like, what my future is supposed to be, or, like, one of possible ones.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's how we handle seeing the future in this game. Is like if you see someone die or whatever, like, well, that's either their first death or a death that could happen, or
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Sweet,
Cool.
nice.
I like that. And then to jump back to the siren for a second. I think I've battled the supernatural shoulder to shoulder with Kenzie and trust them explicitly
Yeah.
because I have this headcanon where on the roof, like, I put out a tentacle behind the siren and you, like, pushed her over and we tripped her
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
over the roof.
Yeah. Because I was thinking also
Just like
about
teamwork, high
Yeah.
five.
Because I was also thinking, like, I've got you tussled with blank and you respect their abilities, and so I was thinking, like, we like just kind of like as completely different as our whole world is.
Right.
We just kind of understand each other in that sense of, like, you just act, you
Right.
do things, and
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that. Cool.
Yes. And I think I accidentally injured Percy with my element.
Okay.
Poor Percy. I was gonna put him down as the accidental injury for me too.
I mean, that seems
Yeah.
fine. Like,
Because I
Yeah.
feel like once he knew supernatural stuff and saw like what I really look like, he probably fell backwards over an ottoman or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
That's awesome.
that's very good.
Yeah.
I like it better if it was something that's literally your fault.
Okay.
But it can be however you want it to be.
Maybe I used my camouflage power and jump scared.
Yeah. Or you had, like, drunk used it and you melted into the couch. Like, scared the shit out of it.
Probably the first time she had wine, she just
Yeah.
accidentally camouflaged.
It's like,
What if he just has like a shellfish allergy?
He was making out with you.
Yeah, right.
To, like,
Like,
yeah.
I just feel
like,
very
I
itchy.
need that
My
EpiPen.
ears. Yeah.
that's amazing.
Oh man. Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Oh,
super
gosh.
good.
Okay. Does everyone have one for everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anyone have more that they need to fill in?
I've got 2 blank ones, but I have one for everybody.
Fine to leave blanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, to use that one. They're kind of written to be like probably the same character wouldn't fill in all 6.
Yeah.
That's,
So I've got 2. I don't know if anyone has ideas. I got you and Blank pulled a hellish prank at one time. I don't feel like there's any like pranky characters necessarily.
Not as much.
Yeah, and then you can't resist pushing Blank's buttons. I feel like it's like everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Community effort.
Yeah.
Agree.
Sweet. I have the like you ache for Blank, but I've seen what will happen if you reveal your true feelings, and I just 100% want to be like, Percy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
not?
Percy.
Yeah.
I think it might explain why she's constantly trying to like make sure his future's okay.
Right, yeah.
And then it's like, can you stop screwing over people?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like a little butthurt about it.
Yeah. This part of you is like, this is messing with your future, and the other part is like, and also super jelly.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. So, like, if he's hooking up with pantheons, that means gods and goddesses. Like, he's... Like, when he goes to clubs, they're like, oh, yeah, that's the guy. I'm going to take him home.
Yeah.
There he is.
Oh,
I
God,
found
he's got a club in this world.
Yeah.
Super into it.
Well, I mean, so depending on the god, you know, like Thor, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Thor's hitting all the clubs.
Yeah.
I love it.
Loki loves EDM. He's like, it sounds like me hitting things with hammers.
Yeah, and lightning at the same time.
Yeah, this is so good. You guys.
Whoa. Okay. We did promise people we would play tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Whoops.
Okay.
We
So
still got time.
yeah, totally. Do we?
got
Can
an hour
I
and a half,
get a,
that's like a
can I get a
whole-
quick wrap up on the tangles, like just like
Yeah.
the short version of everyone's tangles?
Yes.
Can I know the secret in your heart? No. Okay, that's fine.
Kenzie doesn't get what I do, but he's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I have a grudging respect for Raven.
Yeah.
We're battle bros.
Yeah.
She knows my dark secret. And
does,
Percy
yeah.
fell over a couch
Yeah.
because I look weird.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
So I'm fascinated by Raven's charismatic way with people. Eve's manner is a complete mystery to me, but we're battle bros. I accidentally injured Percy with my element. I think that was probably during the first fight. Like, you know.
Okay.
I had a fling with Percy, but was confused when things got complicated afterwards. I rely on Thais to be my my elemental whisperer, clarifying when I'm not making sense. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Nice. Raven's seen me at my worst, disheveled and confused. I've seen a dark future thread tangled around Eve. I was wrong about Percy, and I can't figure out why. I also ache for him, but have seen what will happen if I reveal my true feelings. And someone in Kenzie's pantheon is plotting against them, but I don't know all the details.
Okay.
Nice. Thais actually caught me in a lie one time and earned my respect. Also, I'm going to fill you in. I just can't resist pushing Thais's
Yeah, that
buttons.
seems fair.
I'm in trouble with Kenzie's pantheon, but they don't know it's me. Percy will make an excellent shield between me and trouble when it finally comes down. And it seems Eve understands why I do what I do, and I'll have to keep an eye on her.
Okay. Great.
I feel like you push Thais's buttons, and like you're trying to figure out the limits of when she can tell that you're lying and when she can't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's just this constant like, is this gonna work? Is it gonna work this time? Yeah.
It's like half the time I'm like, don't do the thing you're thinking of doing.
Right.
But the other half I'm just lying and like walk into like a chat. Like,
Did she know, or did... I mean, I'm always plotting to do something, so
Right. Yeah.
the odds are...
side note, I think I want my epic weapon to be a sniper rifle, and I keep it in like a fashionable, seasonally appropriate tote
Yeah.
that looks like a mom bag, but then it's just like I just like pull out and
Put
like
it,
just start
like-
putting
so
together
it's
like
in
a giant
pieces.
thing.
Actually,
Now, does
Yeah.
it look like that all the time, or is it like, okay, like in Ragnarok where Thor has his hammer and it looks like an umbrella to everybody else?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's come up with like a dumb mom thing. It looks like a bunch of swell bottles.
An umbrella stroller, you're just like...
Yeah.
Yeah. What's like a long?
Looks like a selfie stick.
There you go.
Yeah. Like, what? That selfie stick is so long. That's the biggest selfie stick I've ever
Very
seen.
good.
Oh, that's amazing.
I like that a lot. It's a selfie stick.
Wait, why is there a bolt action on that selfie stick?
Could it please be rose gold?
Oh my God! Yes.
Of course it is.
Oh. The selfie stick and the sniper rifle are rose gold?
Yes.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Oh, I like that. Like, Oshun loves gold, but like the
Yeah.
modern update,
Yeah.
like it's rose gold.
Okay, well, there's a bit of scene set for that, there's a special like magical metal called orichalcum, which I didn't make up. That's just a mythological thing that looks kind of coppery, brassy, almost that rose gold kind of color. And epic weapons need to have some element of orichalcum in them, and epic armor. So
Perfect. They look like your dice.
I know. I was just looking at
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind too for the setting.
Cool. Perfect.
Okay, cool. Well, I think we have a real good sense of who these characters are and why they do what they do.
Amazing. Yeah. Now I want the phone to like be low key, like also a scope though. So like when you put it in, it's just like, oh no, I'm just like looking through it.
I don't see a problem with that. So let's say the siren thing was last year's Oscar party. Does that work?
okay.
And we'll put us in April of 2018 and call it a day.
Perfect.
No, we're not done. Don't tune out.
Bye.
No, I have like an hour and a half, and I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Usually first session of Apocalypse World type games, we want to get a little bit of a day in the life of feel of what these characters are up to and their shenanigans. And for my homework, I'm going to figure out what everyone's afterlife is like. Just in case somebody dies. Spoiler, I haven't play tested that part of the game yet, so somebody's going to die.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully not soon.
Yeah.
But now I want it the most.
Yeah, that I can't promise, but it's going to happen at some point. But stories of myth and legend, like people die all the time, and then like fight their way out of hell, or whatever. It's like
Doesn't really matter.
it's the whole thing.
This is fine.
But on a Sunday in April, on an afternoon, I'm curious to know what your character's up to on a random Sunday in April. Like at 4:00 in the afternoon, nothing going on. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on.
I think Percy and I are probably working out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're hiking Runyon because.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, shirtless hiking Runyon. That's what hot people
Probably
do.
running it.
Probably running it. Yes. Yeah. Well, he's running. I'm just like ambling.
Yeah. You didn't take divine speed, right?
I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to slow yourself down.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, divine speed, that would be cool. And I'm like, nah, earth elementals don't have divine speed.
I'm not fast.
No.
I love Big Hero 6.
Right. Oh my god. Did you guys see the Baymax at WonderCon?
No.
Oh my god, it was like
Cosplay?
inflatable cosplay. Yeah. It was an inflatable suit, and like he was just like Baymax,
so
like full size Baymax,
That's
just like
very good.
Was he offering hugs? Because I would.
he was. Yeah. You could hug him. I didn't go up and do it, but yeah. Oh my god! And
So
little
good.
kids would come up to him and just stare. And
Yes.
Oh,
On
it
a
was
scale
the
of 1 to 10,
cutest.
please describe your.
Yeah. He had
Satisfied
the
with your
the
care.
faces across across the front. Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
think I have a picture. I'll show you guys after this.
Very good.
All right, so Raven,
Yes.
what are you up to on a random Sunday afternoon in April?
I'm in the Hollywood Hills. I've snuck into using my illusion powers a baby,
You've snuck a baby into the
No.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
No, there's
No, she's
there's-
disguised as a baby.
No. I'm disguised as a guest. Some celebrity couple just had a baby, and I'm getting first shots of it. They're having some friends over to see. Oh, we had our baby 3 days ago. Nobody's gotten a shot of the baby yet,
Nice.
so I'm sneaking into this kind of family gathering to get pictures of the baby
Yeah.
to sell.
I love it.
Selling babies, yes. Got
Yeah.
it.
I love it. Okay.
Pictures, unless you're in the market for a baby, in which
Yeah.
case I can procure that.
Boy, that's dark.
And no one's seen it yet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's yours.
Dark future threat.
I'm guessing this is a Kardashian baby, probably.
Sure.
Or Kardashian adjacent.
Yeah.
Kardashian
Yeah.
and Jason.
Friends of the Kardashians.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Right.
I
You
feel
don't want
like
to make a big
Jenner.
deal out of it.
Yeah.
so. Eve is probably doing like a seaweed wrap spa treatment at home in the bath, like reading 2 books, like holding them with her tentacles,
Yeah.
and also watching a TV show because she just like devours information.
That's so good.
Yeah, probably because it was limited what she could get early
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Now she's like, give me all the
All
info.
of
Yeah.
all
Right,
of the
yeah.
input, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Divine Intellect definitely makes that available. No problem.
Yeah.
Sweet. And Thais is definitely on Facebook Live, like meal prepping for the week.
Of course.
And like her kids are running around being super cute. She's like, I like to let them help me stir.
Yeah.
And this is how you make it gluten free. And she's just like doing one of those like, I'm a good mom on Sundays, and
Right.
that's how I like stay super centered.
Does
like-
your divine
Oh my
presence actually make it so that when your kids are around you and like
Yes.
when you're on camera, they actually are perfect
Yeah.
children?
And when it like runs out,
Oh,
like
yeah.
when like she gets like super stressed out, like it stops working, and that's when they like act like normal kids, and she doesn't know how to handle them because she's so used to everyone just being their best around her.
Right,
So when
yeah.
it fails, like she just has like the shortest fuse. Like, why is everything terrible all of a sudden?
Oh my god.
So she's like kicking out fumes, just like everyone, lock it in. We're live.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do your kids have powers?
I haven't thought about it at all yet.
Okay.
Ooh.
That might be something like that we find out.
Yeah, right.
I have thoughts.
But yeah. So she's in the middle of like being a good mom
Yeah.
on camera.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
What's husband do while you're meal
He
prepping?
Is like
Is he there like in a tight t-shirt helping, or I'm assuming he's good looking.
yeah, he's super cute.
He's holding the camera.
He does the thing where he like comes into the shot like every now and then. He's just doing guy stuff, and he like
Oh,
comes by
yeah.
and like plants a kiss and like
Oh,
moves
yeah,
along.
yeah.
But he's
Nice.
actually like monitoring like everything on the side and like just make sure the numbers are right. Like
Yeah.
I need all the analytics stuff printed out after. Like we are a tightly run business.
Yeah. Yeah, like he's got this perfectly timed, like he's going to come in and his...
I think he's just watching football or something while he's
Yeah.
like running everything in the background.
Yeah.
I like to give him time for his own space so that he
Exactly.
can do him.
He's in
man
his
cave.
man cave.
Yeah, exactly. All day.
Bria and I share a brain. And
It's
It's very good.
so,
Beautiful.
it's so much fun in our heads.
So good.
guys
We live
don't
a
know.
beautiful life and you don't understand. So yeah. Yay, Sundays. I'm low-key super, like I keep sending you like texts every now and then. I'm like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Everything's fine?
Yeah.
Send me a picture.
Right. Yeah.
I have to like
and
live
I'm
through
always
you.
with Percy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
like living through you.
Yeah.
Like one, I'm nosy, but two,
Right,
like
yeah.
he's cute too.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
ugh.
Remind me of the Percy stuff. You accidentally hurt Percy.
Yes.
You...
Fell over a couch.
Feel like he could be a great shield someday.
Oh, yeah. Percy.
Good every time you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it.
Percy's useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a little crush.
Oh, yeah. Crush on
Yeah.
Percy. Not going to work out great if
Yeah.
we go there. And...
Percy's crush E.
Yeah. You had a fling.
Yes.
Already
Yeah.
boned
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might re-hit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's. I think Kinsey would be fine if it was just like, oh yeah, Percy wants to have sex some more. Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But Percy is like, I want a relationship, and Kinsey's like,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah.
How does
Okay.
that work?
Yeah. Committed
Do I have-
relationship with rocks.
Right? Yeah. Like, do I have to stop talking to the mountain in order
Yeah.
to have a conversation with you?
Yeah, do you have a minute to hear about your Lord and Savior stones?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why Percy keeps acting out and he's like, I'll find someone different and better. And he keeps like
Oh.
running into
Right,
gods
yeah.
and goddesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I
I
just
love
want to
this.
feel special
Yeah.
to someone who's special.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Poor boy.
Oh, poor Percy.
I like that a lot.
I do too.
Yeah. It's kind of awesome.
Okay.
Everybody who's ever gamed with me that might like watch this at some point in the future or now is like, okay, Adam's playing another one of his characters.
Yeah.
And everyone who doesn't know me as a player is like, what? Why does he have sex with everything? Like, it's just what my characters do.
To be fair, I basically made a Toreador tentacle monster, so no one at home is surprised about what I'm doing here.
Amazing.
You don't realize that so many of my former like playmates
That's
are all
true.
like She's amazing. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm pretty sure my friend Eleanor will listen to this at some point if she's not watching live, and she is in love with everything you've
Oh,
done.
yay!
So,
Thank
so.
you. That's so sweet.
I know her brain. And she's like, Eve is amazing. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Adam, I think all of you have been to Runyon Canyon at some point. Okay. For those listening at home, it's just a real steep hill.
Yeah.
Covered in actors.
Covered in
Free-range actors.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the actors have stopped doing Runyon because of all the influencers who do Runyon. But
Say it like it's dirty.
I know. Sorry. But anybody on Instagram or Twitter or what are the other Snapchat? Anybody who's on those, if they're like, look at me shirtless on the top of the hill overlooking Hollywood, they've hiked. That's Runyon.
Yeah, that's Runyon Canyon.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening along at home and you're not real familiar with Hollywood area, it's a big park, a medium-sized park in LA, in Hollywood specifically.
Yes.
And you can go running there and take your dog and all that stuff. So there are a lot of dogs there usually. If you're a fan of the podcast Can I Pet Your Dog, which I am, like, just tell me more about dogs, please. Like the people who do that podcast are my people.
Nice.
It's everything I need. But it's definitely a park. It's the Can I Pet Your Dog park. That's what's happening. And there is a moment while the two of you are running where I'm actually going to ask you to roll your judgment. You're not actually doing read a situation because you don't know that this is happening.
Okay.
Read the weave, I mean. That's what we're doing.
Just
But
making up a judgment roll.
yeah. But,
right.
Something's going to happen, and it's probably fine.
Wow, it's actually not terrible. 9 minus 1 is 8.
8. Excellent. The
Mixed
the
result.
elemental opening our first Read the Weave.
Perfect.
All right.
I see a
So,
particularly interesting rock, and it says...
yeah, you have two options. You can protect Percy or get in a good hit. And I'm not going to tell you any more than that until you decide.
It's real.
No question, I protect Percy.
Okay.
I
right.
am a guardian. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So it was not immediately obvious at first because there are a lot of dogs around and there's a lot of barking.
Right.
And suddenly, what finally pricked your ear was barking in 3-part harmony. And you turn around just in time to see a 3-headed dog.
Give me the breed.
What?
Give me the breed.
I'm sure Cerberus is like a Newfoundland pit bull mix. That would be my
No,
guess.
pitties are too friendly.
Yeah.
Well,
I always picture like
well,
Dobermans.
Newfoundlands are super friendly too, but
Yeah,
but
but
you
this is also a demon dog. So,
right. Oh yeah,
yeah.
If you want like demon version,
It's a demon dog. It's a chihuahua.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it's a Chihuahua
Giant 3-headed chihuahua.
Yeah. Like the size of a horse.
right? Yeah. Oh my god, a Chihuahua. the size
It's
of
like
a
an
horse.
entitled
No,
yappy
thank
dog
you.
that's
Yeah.
too big.
No matter what, it still barks. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some stuff that you don't get to see because you're an elemental and you're bad at paying attention.
I'm sorry. What?
At like 30 feet down the trail, this guy's like, "Oh no, my dog got away," and then he just walks away. But the audience sees that, your character does not. He's like,
wow.
"Oh no, my dog," and just leaves. Right?
Yeah.
And to most people here, you know, like they see this like giant barking, like, and it's got the angry bark going on.
Yeah.
But this enormous dog is charging you and Percy, and as you tackle him to the ground, Percy's like, "What the fuck?" Like, no idea what's going on. Roll to the ground. The dog charges past, and you realize he's definitely coming after you because he like skids to a halt and turns around and is like trying to get his footing to come at you.
Oh, okay.
So
can I add a visual?
Yes.
Because it just came to me and I thought, oh, this is cool. I like the idea of like when the dog is let go, it's like Chihuahua sized, and like as it's running, it's growing to like like
Epic.
you know,
That's
epic
very
height.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like additional heads pop out.
right.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
But
yeah.
for the record, this is no longer a dog.
Yeah.
Because if it were a dog doing violence to it, would be unconscionable.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
This
It
is a
now
demon.
a demon. Yes. Yes.
Want to be clear about that?
Yes.
No kick the dog moments here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you don't want to do violence, but for the record, this is not a dog.
No.
This is a monster that looks like a dog, which makes it more monstrous because it's a fake dog.
Right. Yeah.
Worst kind.
Yeah.
You betrayed my trust.
Yeah.
Right.
You talked about puppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like-
You should be for cuddles.
Yeah. Like when you think the oatmeal raisin is a chocolate chip,
Oh,
but it's
right,
not a chocolate
yeah.
chip, and it's goddamn raisins.
Right. Like,
Betrayal.
but yeah. I tackle Percy, push him out of the way. All of our sweaty muscles like mingling
Okay.
together. As we,
You land and your hand
Yeah.
is on his boobs.
Yeah.
Full anime pose. Like,
Right. Yeah.
And do
Oops.
you have armor?
I have epic armor, yeah, which I think
Nice.
like if you want, it can be something that like just sort of like springs into existence, but I kind of feel like it's just like rock hard skin, maybe.
Okay.
or-
Rock hard abs
Hard-
are armor unto themselves.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But or
however
it
you
could
want
be
it to
something
be.
that just like rocks just kind of like pour out of the earth and like surround me
Sure.
or something like
Well,
that.
you've
maybe.
got harm coming your way, so it
Okay.
matters whether your armor's on all the time or you have to like activate it Wonder Twin style.
No, it's kind of fun to have to activate it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as this thing rushes past you and you just manage to get out of the way, the grazing damage is 2 harm. All right. So right away, your character would be aware, like, this is a very dangerous creature. and,
dog.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And is going to be maybe a bit of a challenge on your own.
Okay.
It's hard to tell where the dog's looking exactly, where the demon is looking,
Yeah.
because it's got 3
Demon
heads
dog,
and
yeah.
is aware of a lot of things all at once. But what do you want to do?
I wish I could text. I wish there was time. Like, you know, I'm.
Well, if you feed Percy to the Cerberus, you'll have time to
There you
text.
go.
You could send a
I
text
suppose
message.
I could.
He's a
yeah.
great shield.
Yeah, I think like I push Percy away and I say text Eve now, and rocks just sort of like it's almost like lava, but it's not like glowy fiery, but it just sort of flows like lava as the earth just like comes up and like turns into like lava plates or like rock plates.
Sure.
Nice.
Cool.
All over my body.
And fortunately, most people are running because they heard an angry, mad dog.
Right,
And they're like,
yeah,
"Oh, I don't want to
yeah.
be here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I tell Percy to run and text Eve, and then and then I'm gonna just get in front of the dog, the Cerberus, and just
Okay. Percy rips the Velcro phone holder off of his bicep.
God bless him. Yes.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
And is sort of like half running, so he's not really going full speed, but like
Yeah.
trying to text through the like plastic cover.
Yeah.
And you get a fairly garbled text message of like, giant dog at Runyon, help. But
Okay.
not even that clear. So
Yeah.
but
I still feel bad for that time he fell over an ottoman because he looked at
Yeah.
me. So I'm gonna like jump into action and run over there.
okay.
It's like the demon emoji and then 3 dog emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like swiping, like, what's like.
And then like the skull and crossbones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Adam, when he runs, it's really clear because all 3 heads go whoop, and this dog is not concerned with you, and this
got
demon is chasing your friend Percy.
All right. Then I think it's time to swipe left.
Okay.
I mean, that's really more for groups, but
I mean, it works
yeah.
on. I mean, it's
There's
got three
three
heads.
heads.
It's got a group of heads.
Yeah,
Group.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Those guys.
Or I'm just smiting my. Actually, maybe I should just straight up smite.
Smite.
Yeah, straight
Okay.
up smite. Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
13.
That's also double.
Oh, it's doubles. I get a
Then
thread.
mark a thread.
Nice. 10 on the dice. Excellent.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So I'm gonna. So I get 2 from the list. I am going to gain an advantageous position, which is blocking it from Percy.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to, because I know it hurts already, I'm going to protect myself. So -1 harm.
Okay.
Which would be -3 harm with my armor, right?
Yeah.
Armor, divine armor is 2.
Yeah. Divine armor is epic armor is 2. So this thing comes in and is doing 4 harm, which
Okay.
is epic weapon level damage. You've protected yourself, which was a good idea.
Yeah.
You take 1 of that harm,
Okay.
and this thing is, and then it takes 2 harm from you. That's like an unarmed demigod does 2 harm.
Yeah,
without
I
anything
get,
extra,
yeah,
so.
I
Okay.
guess so. Yeah, I feel like I can easily make basically a big hammer or a club or something like that out of rock. But,
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's still, you're not using an epic weapon,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
or like a giant machine gun,
Right,
Or something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
So.
So,
So 2 harm to the Cerberus, and you take 1, and you have blocked its path. It sort of barrels into you, and let's say you're both on the ground rolling.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Bad pupper.
how did you want to address
Hop on the
this?
10, spend about 45 minutes, walking to the west side. You're not going anywhere.
That's why I text
Yeah.
Eve, because if anybody can teleport across LA traffic, it's Eve.
Wait, didn't you take that move too?
Which one?
The be where you want to be?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe,
Magic.
maybe not. I mean, what's if the trickster shows up? Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
This is one of the
so
heads. So, chase its tail.
wrong room.
Yeah, right, yeah. Raven would just be like, why don't we just give Percy to it?
I fail to see the
It'll go
conflict
away.
here.
so spell casting doesn't really have any specific spells.
Right.
So I could theoretically cast the teleport spell to move myself.
Yeah.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna text these 2 group texts. Sorry
Cool,
about
sweet.
it.
Yeah, you're good.
I assume you guys have a 5-person group text, and then you
Yeah,
have
at
a
this
4-person
point,
without Percy in it.
Yeah. Oh, Betty.
And Kinsey keeps accidentally mixing the 2 up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Or sending Percy a really personal
Yeah.
text in the group text.
Oh no.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
We all know too.
You always get a side text me
Right.
sweetie.
Yeah. Yes, that's where you
Not the
do all
Slack
of your
channel. Oh, yeah.
explaining.
Yeah.
I'm like, Percy, I know that you want my D, but
I scratch that. It would never, ever, ever stop that from happening. I mean,
So good. Okay, so you guys get a series of emojis from me, basically explaining
Perfect.
what's happening because she's 18 and
Yeah.
that's how she communicates right
Yeah.
now.
fried shrimp. We have to get there immediately.
And then I'm gonna try and cast spellcasting.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
It's probably fine.
Yep.
Perfect spellcaster. Do it.
Okay. I'm gonna use 2 of these. This one and that one.
As you roll, I just want to say,
How many
it's-
dice
What are all these
Yeah.
dice happening?
2d6 plus weird. Oh, I add weird. I don't.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
I don't.
We're just going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
just find when it happened, roll
I'm
an
like,
8.
what?
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
yeah, you only ever roll the 2 dice.
just the 2, and then you add that number.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I did it wrong the
Yeah,
first
as
time.
a
So I was like,
flat.
yeah, 19 dice.
Sure.
Yeah. Static bonus sort of thing.
9, 11.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. I did it. Pick 2 effects. Okay. Let's see. I am going to
Open a portal of some kind.
open a portal of some
Yeah,
kind.
all right.
Yeah. The effects I'm going to pick are inflict 2 harm and reveal a secret. Is that okay?
Well, your effects are one of them's gonna have to be to get you there, right?
Oh, okay.
So, like, do a thing not humanly possible, or I think that's
But-
Or you have to simulate a non-epic gift,
yeah.
which
Okay.
is on.
So
Yeah.
I'll use that, and then I'm gonna do the inflict 2 harm because I basically want my dramatic entrance to like rip through space and time and just
Yeah.
like when I get there.
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
amazing.
Yeah, so you appear right where he is.
Yeah.
Your armor absorbs the 2 harm, and the 2 harm for Cerberus seems like that just goes through.
Sorry about it.
And it's not able to...
Sorry, not sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's not able to react to that right off the bat.
Wasn't really expecting surprise tentacles.
Yeah, which really, no one wants surprise
No.
tentacle.
No.
Best case scenario, you'd like to know ahead of time. Most people,
really is the best.
no thank
Yeah.
you at all.
Yeah.
I politely decline.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Automatic no on surprise tentacle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
My
So-
reaction to her text is just to like turn to the camera and be like, self-care is super important. I'm going to do it right now. Okay, bye. And like shut down the stream.
Love it.
It's
All right.
like not going to make it, but good luck. Yeah.
And Raven.
When I get the text, I'm probably going to be like, what? Like, not even reading. And then, so I'll just, like, appear where she is.
Oh, yeah,
which-
to get an explanation
Yeah,
of the
like-
text. Yeah.
That's very good. Words.
All right.
Amazing.
And I
like
feel
that.
like cinematically that would work like perfectly right after she does her thing, and I'm like, girl, like words, like right. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Cut to action, then cut to me like getting in my Tesla. Just on the 10.
Yeah.
Listening to a
Right,
podcast.
yeah. Okay,
An hour and a half later.
Runyon Canyon.
Yeah. Oh, we're calculating. Okay.
Runyon
just-
Canyon.
Runyon.
Runyon.
Runyon. Cut back to action.
Oh my god.
Goes back in, grabs a cardigan.
Right, yeah.
It's chilly.
Or it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be
4
prepared.
o'clock, yeah.
Wait, what's the show with the clones that God, what was it?
Clone Wars.
No, is
Oh, with Tatiana Maslany?
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're the suburban housewife from one. Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
what that show is.
You-
Well, I've heard of it. I haven't
yeah,
watched it,
yeah.
but like,
It's really
I,
good.
I feel like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she's just so casual, and
Very
there's
that.
these constant things where they're like in this massive firefight, and she's like, "Oh, I have a text," and she's like, okay, call the babysitter,
Yep.
and I gotta go out, and you know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, that's what the husband's for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, babe, I gotta go. Bye.
yeah.
Wait, it's Sunday afternoon golden hour streaming. What are you doing?
I know. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Bye.
It's like, we had so many viewers.
Just like Heismaning small children off of me. Like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
This is a thing. Let me go. Throws an iPad at the children and runs.
Mother of
Just one
the
though,
year.
so they have to fight over.
Exactly.
That's momming.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's the confusion that buys you time to get to
Exactly. They wait for the second.
the right.
I like it. All right. You are magically not hitting any traffic.
Dope.
Yeah. It's like between movie showings at ArcLight, and so
It's perfect.
and like the sports game already started. And,
Nice.
Like everyone has gotten where they needed to be
Tight. Perfect.
at this one moment.
Perfect.
Yay.
Okay, tentacles and dog monsters are one thing, but like no traffic.
Yeah.
I disbelieve.
That was like the hidden third effect that you were like, let me just clear that
Okay,
traffic
yeah.
up
Fair
so
point.
a friend can help.
Fair point. Please roll weird.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah, too much of a stretch.
Correct answer, GM. Correct
Okay, a
answer.
9.
Okay.
9.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
plus
right.
0 on weird.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Wow.
All right. So so you're gonna need to make a choice. 7 to 9 is kind of a shitty success.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So do you want to
I forget my cardigan.
either
You legit almost made
You-
McQuack come out my nose. That's a point.
either you are going to make it to Runyon Canyon and not have any battery left, right? So you're going to have to call like the Tesla version of AAA.
Yes.
And, right. Or
You lose.
Or there's-
hundreds of followers.
or there is traffic.
Ooh. Yeah, like I feel like the battery thing is a tomorrow problem. I also never remember to put gas in my car, so this
Yeah.
feels fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I just get in like,
All right.
Okay.
It's a problem for
We're
future
okay.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do
just like
manage.
rub the battery a little bit so it warms up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Come on, Tesla, let's go.
Yeah, fate jiggles a little bit,
Yeah.
and
Weird.
things get out of your way, and you just end up where you need to be. I mean, it's going to be a few minutes, but
Yeah.
we'll catch you up.
You get to the Runyon parking lot and you're like, there's no charging station.
Yeah.
What?
God damn it. Leave the electric vehicle one open.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see you.
There's.
Prius.
Right.
yeah,
You're a hybrid.
They don't even need it.
Fuck.
Hashtag LA probs.
I need a move that is, I would like to speak with your manager.
Noted.
That's amazing. Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So good.
I'm on my way.
Except I think the Muse needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Very good.
You should definitely. Doesn't the Muse have a hashtag blessed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Oh
own
my
that
God,
one.
right?
Yeah. That's one of your advances, I'm sure.
If I could take something from a different playbook.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect for this
Stuff.
situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Um,
Sweet.
okay. So, you just appeared, and then
Yes.
you appeared, sort of post the blast. There's like all this
So
dust
good.
in the air.
Yeah.
Your friend is rolling around with this giant demon monster thing, 3-headed demon, and Percy's kind of like looking from behind a tree, like, what is happening? Why does this keep happening?
Oh, I think I think Kinsey is like one dog has a hold of one arm, the other dog, on the other side has a hold of the other arm, and Kinsey's just kicking the middle face. Like,
That's amazing.
Stop biting me. Yeah.
In my head, every time it like impacts the armor, you get that like old martial arts movie, like Kick Up of Dust.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Is he made of powder?
Right.
What is
Yeah.
happening?
Oh, he's like Pigpen
yeah.
from Peanuts.
Right? Yes. Yeah. He's always dirty. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't have to ever be dirty.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just, if it's dust, it's like,
Right.
Just tells
Yeah.
it, not today.
no.
Yeah. 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 If he needs to clean up, he's just like, get off me.
Not today, Saturn.
Yeah.
So first I'm going to look as I see him rolling around. It's like, is it consensual? No, he doesn't want that to happen.
A legitimate question.
Almost a
Yeah.
struggle.
Yeah.
No.
Kinsey and a giant dog. You're like,
That consensual.
No, okay.
too much biting.
There's a lot of dirt and rolling around and muscles involved. So
Right.
who knows?
Percy looks distressed.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast Help an Ally.
Oh, right.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So
Whoa, those dice are amazing.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So because it's a roll and then tangles. So on 8 they get a +1. So you will get a +1. And I help with my illusion power. Like I mess up the dog's sight.
Oh, okay.
So it's having trouble like seeing where he is. So it's not able to like attack while they're going.
Yeah, and that's tricky because this thing has 6 eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's,
But you give it double vision, and there's like 9 dog heads there. It's like, I'm very confused.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
Okay. So then he gets a +1
Plus
on
1
this.
on
Nice.
his next thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So
me a
we'll
+1.
say the 3 of you are kind of in this round 2 or whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't have to go in the same order. We can kind of do whatever. There's no initiative thing.
Got it.
Okay.
So that's up to you.
Yeah. You're listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Yeah, right? No, I'm definitely listening. Can I pet your dog? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
7 plus 4, because I got +3 and
Oh,
then
yeah.
her +1.
Nice.
That is 11. So
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's a big smite.
Big ol' smite. Yeah, so I think I just like make this giant rock hammer and just pound the
Okay, so you're going to do the extra damage.
Yes.
And what else?
Let's see. Yeah, I'll protect myself just 'cause...
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah. It's a herdy dog.
So you only take the 1 harm.
Okay.
And for the record, we're up to 7 harm. That's usually where demigods are done, and this Cerberus is not done. So,
okay.
just for the record.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Meat beast.
Yeah, right?
Get it.
Yeah. I'm at 4. Whew. Yeah.
And,
Sorry.
well, sorry, what did you want to say?
In my cutaway, can I use visionary while I'm driving?
Why not?
Why not just kind of like
The
I guess I could,
Tesla, on the freeway, Tesla pretty much drives itself.
yeah.
So-
I just throw on auto drive.
Yeah.
Sweet. And I just want to get an idea of what triggered whatever the hell's happening. Because there's a see the near future or recent past, and you're
Oh, yeah.
what was the inciting incident for
Yeah,
this?
I like that.
Sweet.
I like the. Can it be you looking into your rearview mirror, turning
It's
it
always
to?
a mirror that
Yeah.
triggers it. Because
that's
that's a
great,
great
yeah.
thing.
You got doubles.
Yeah,
So
sweet.
that's
5. +2 and it's a 12.
Yep. So take a thread for your doubles.
And the color in.
And sorry, can you read off the move to me again,
yes.
just so
Yeah,
I?
you get casting a
On a
spell,
10
right?
plus,
Yes.
the vision is mostly clear and gives
you.
insightful direction.
Yeah.
Take a +1 forward when following the signs. I kept wanting to add a word
Yeah.
there.
So you see, it's definitely a club scene, and you're, you're sort of looking over. You just know that you're looking over Percy's shoulder,
Okay.
right? And he's talking to this woman, this very pale-skinned woman with dark hair, very attractive, supermodel level attraction, and she's saying, "Your name, Percy? My name's Percy too. Wow."
Yes.
And she's totally coming on to him, and you kind of, it's, the point of view is almost like you're in Percy's mind, you're getting his oh yeah, cool, she's into me.
God damn
You're
it. I'm just swearing out loud
Yeah.
You stupid. Fuck.
this is
Beautiful fool.
yeah, this is the worst version of vision for you to have.
Perfect.
Yes.
And then there's you get kind of the montage version of his evening with her,
Okay.
which is carnal.
She slides out of her seat a little bit forward. I like what I like.
So you totally perv on your friend's details, and then you also are, so you were getting it from his point of view, but when he falls asleep, you're still getting a view of things, and you see her kind of get up, kind of get ready to go, kind of half-assed puts a jacket on, doesn't really get dressed, and then this black mist just goes poof, and she sinks down into the black mist.
Of course. Yeah.
So
Nice.
there's maybe not enough detail there, but the
Great. Percy just
Yeah.
banged another goddess.
the question you're asking is what is going on? Why is this happening? It's happening because he had sex with that woman.
Yeah.
Whoever
Okay,
she is, and her name's Percy apparently,
Yeah.
which she thought was
Yeah.
terrific.
Like immediately starts going almost like Persephone. Anyway, cool. But I'm just annoyed in my car, pause this podcast and just angry drive. Sweet, fucking sweet. Sends a thing OMWL. I keep sending Waze ETAs to you guys. You're it's not a thing right now.
We're busy.
Percy could see it.
Yeah.
It's oh, good.
Great, hurry!
Nice.
I can't
Oh my God.
stop the traffic on Arlington. That's not a thing I can
Oh
do.
no, that's there's only so much
Yeah.
demigods can do.
Yeah.
Although take Franklin at least.
Yeah, that's true.
That's,
I'm trying to get up to Franklin. It's just that
yeah.
Californians.
oh my god, we're definitely doing that. She looks into a mirror.
Yeah.
All right, so
It is truth.
you two have turns.
Okay, I think what I want to do is cast a spell on the ground underneath the demon's feet to turn it to like a black sticky tar so it gets stuck.
Okay.
Nice.
Trap it.
Trap it.
All right.
Oh, can I help with this?
Yeah.
Because I can control my element. I can control the earth.
And you live near the tar pits.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I feel like this is all earthy stuff. I
Perfect.
like as she tries to manipulate the earth, I can feel that it's happening. So
Yeah.
I like
You can help.
Yeah, I like
That seems
push
obvious to
energy
me,
into
yeah.
the earth to help it cooperate.
Loosen
with
it
you.
up a little.
Do we
Yeah.
both
Loosen
roll
the earth.
He just
weird?
looks over to you and goes,
So I
"Slower."
roll with my my tangles with you, which I have two.
Okay.
So I'll roll
Slower.
and do the help.
Okay. So
Is
I
it
roll
slower or
weird.
lower?
I said slower, but lower also works.
So 8, 10. So you get +1 to the roll, and you gain a thread.
Nice.
Yay.
This is why threads are bonkers right now.
I don't know though. I don't know.
Ooh,
Is that a
nice.
6?
10 +2 is 12.
Nice. Okay.
Okay. So plus the one
Plus
from
one
you
is
is 13.
Yeah.
But that doesn't
Yeah.
do anything extra. Okay, so pick 2 effects. Okay. I'm gonna inflict 2 harm on it.
Yeah.
And
Bubbling tar, ouchie.
yeah, well, and because it takes a minute or so to finish, I'm gonna cast it instantly
Ah, okay.
because
Speed
he
it
helped,
up.
so it
Yep.
went
Yeah.
quicker.
Oh, good.
All right, I like that.
Cool.
So yeah, this thing is definitely stuck, and you could probably back away from it if you wanted to.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
it's definitely not going to go running after Percy anytime soon.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna back up a bit and like take a breather. I still make sure that I'm between it and Percy, but get out of the melee for a little bit. Like,
so when the dog demon roars as it sinks into ankles, like it yanks 1 forefoot out, and it was an epic effort to do that, and then it just slams back in because it's got nowhere to go. And so you can normally understand what ravens have to say, but this demon animal kind of roars an objection to the situation, which you have some understanding of. And it's basically, since you don't really speak dog,
Right.
the rough translation is not yet. So it's either misunderstanding what's happening or whatever, but it's like super annoyed that it's not yet. This is too soon.
Okay.
Like whatever's happening is too soon.
Okay. Interesting. And we re-explain the threads one more time.
Yeah, so threads are, they accrue like XP. There's the 4 unique ways that your playbook can gain a thread, also by rolling doubles or doing something super awesome. And then you can spend them one at a time to give yourself the 3rd die on a roll. That's called gaining Fate's Favor. And you roll 3 dice and take the better 2.
Okay.
And you can do that after you roll. So you can roll and like re-roll the lower one, or add a 3rd die to the roll if you want.
Okay.
You can spend a thread to add a significant detail to the scene. So like if you're in Runyon Canyon, if you want to say, oh, I'm going to pick up a big rock or a piece of concrete or something, like, okay, fine, you don't have to spend a thread. There's definitely like a big rock in Runyon.
yeah.
But if you're like, I'm going to grab a fire extinguisher, and we're like, okay, Runyon Canyon, maybe not a lot of fire extinguishers laying around.
Yeah.
So we would need a thread to figure out how that got there.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you could also just burn a thread to ignore 2 harm
Got it.
coming in.
Okay.
So, and that can be, like, you're taking 5 harm, you can ignore 2 of it. You know, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to gain Fate's Favor, you can only do that once per roll. But if you want to ignore 2 harm or 4 harm or 6 harm, you could blow 3 threads on that.
Gotcha.
And that's fine.
Okay.
Right? You're just going to level up slower if you do that. And then if you save up 5, you can buy an advancement and spend it on that instead.
Got it. Looking at the situation, can I deduce that the dog is after Percy?
Yeah, that's pretty clear. And the only reason it couldn't get to Percy at first is because Kenzie was in the way, and now he can't get to Percy because his feet are sinking into the ground. And you're also able to deduce, like, the fact that it's speaking, and its speech was more complicated than most of the crows or ravens you've ever met. It's functionally intelligent.
Right.
For the purposes of determining that.
Okay. How does it work if I use one of my gifts? Do I roll?
Depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
If you want to do something kind of weird, we'll roll weird.
Okay.
It just depends on
what it is.
Yeah, what you want to do.
Okay. I want to switch Kenzie's appearance and Percy's appearance.
Oh, okay.
Just swap them. So it suddenly looks down and it looks like he's attacking Percy.
Yeah, so you want to use your illusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll weird.
Okay.
And see how it goes.
Cool.
Not because I want you to be hurt, but
Yeah.
you're more likely to survive this than Percy.
Right, yeah.
So, okay.
It's good trickster logic.
Right, yeah.
Let's re-roll that one.
No.
Yay! I mean, sorry about that.
It was so close. It was like right between 5 and 6. It's like, oh, you
yeah.
roll it. Aw.
Now it's a 1.
Now it's a
So
1.
4 plus
So
your weird?
4, 5, 6. Still doesn't work.
That's a miss.
That's
okay.
a total miss.
All right. So
Putting in everyone's threads
now.
that means I get to do something.
Yay.
And the illusion comes off that all. Well, I'm going to do a combo of things. Unfortunately, all 4 of you look like Percy.
Oh no!
Nice.
That's so good.
But
Too many Percy.
Adam, I'm going to have you roll. I don't know. I'm going to take a powerful blow because it's not in here. Go ahead and roll metal or
metal?
prowess. You choose.
Because I do have the Guardian, which is roll 2d6 plus metal to wield my element in protection of someone who just took harm.
But no one else is about. You're about to take harm.
Yeah, okay.
So
This is straight up metal. Okay.
yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Totally.
Hey! Doubles
And
again.
it's doubles.
Double 5s. So that's an 11, actually.
Okay, great.
Woo.
So
Oh, sorry, quick to verification. The rolling doubles and being epic, those, you get a thread anytime those happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 4 unique ones only once per session.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Cool.
okay. So the thing that Cerberus was trying to do was grab you and throw you. Right, and you were trying to back away. I think it manages to lunge and pop a foot out of the muck and grab you and like shake you, like animals do.
Yes.
And it does that. Its jaws gripped around your rock hard abs and weren't able to actually do any damage aside from like making you a little dizzy.
Yeah.
You're like, put me down, and then woo, it just wings you like 20 feet.
Oh, okay.
Right? But you land on your rock hard abs
Yes,
and you're
yeah.
not harmed, but you have been flung.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I say that I actually as I'm thrown, I basically just almost sort of roll up into a ball.
Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and I
yeah.
basically turn into a boulder and just kind of roll a little bit, and that's how
You're like the fat black kid from Hook.
Yes.
Said that.
Yes, yeah. And then I just smack up against the side and it's kind of come up a little dazed.
Yeah, you break one of those benches.
Yeah.
Donated by so-and-so fancy pants.
Right, yeah.
We don't need no stinging benches. Okay. So you've been tossed aside.
Yeah.
You notice that everybody looks like Percy. You also notice that everybody looks like Percy. All 4
Weird.
of you.
Not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's a great plan.
Like, what the hell, Raven?
Yeah. It's so Raven.
Love you.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's never going to get old, by the way.
Never. We did this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's one of those things I was like, this is gonna happen. Okay, it's fine. I like the name enough, it'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So that was Raven's turn, basically, that all that happened.
Okay.
Thank you for that roll. I'm very pleased.
It's a beautiful gift.
I'm great for those.
Yeah. And, I was saying the process of that, it is partially unstuck from the tar earth muck.
Okay.
All right?
Nice.
So I think we're on to kind of a new round.
Okay.
Nice.
How's your drive going?
That's super good. Can I be texting back and forth with my Percy and just like trying to fill like I want to crack this sweet mystery
Yeah.
of like, hey, so your friend named Percy, did that bitch smell like, I don't know, what is the stupid, what's her fruit, her dumb fruit?
Oh,
Pomegranates.
Pomegranates. Like, did she smell like pomegranates? Asking for a friend. Like, just I have a hunch. Like, I'm assuming at some point they were like, yeah, it's a dog with 3 heads. I'm like, okay, that's 2 clues.
Yeah. Well, he just fires up the FaceTime.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweet.
He's like, I don't want you to text and drive. That's dangerous.
Oh my God.
I don't know what he sounds like.
I
guess
just like
that's
pull out
what
my
he
like
sounds
pop socket thing and
now.
like put it up, and I'm like, okay, this is fine.
I mean, it's weird that you asked that because it was just palm and vodka all night.
Oh
like
my
that's
God.
all she was drinking.
All right, so that's the thing we're doing.
But anyway, there's this, and he like turns the phone, and you can see this giant 3-headed demon. It's like stuck in the tarry mud, and he's been tossed over. He's turned into stoned.
Well, we all look
And
like
there's 3
Percy.
Yeah,
more
you
Percys.
see, and you see 3 shirtless Percys.
What?
Which you're probably not mad about.
Yeah,
But
like,
also.
I both enjoy this, and I have more questions.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Well, there's Rock Percy, tentacle beneath the shorts and compression pants Percy, and a Percy in the corner with like a raven just circling over its head. So I was like, I can put this together. I got it. Good to know. Okay, this is my exit. I gotta go. Bye. There in a minute.
Awesome.
And then I finish a tweet that's like, make sure you're like well hydrated all day.
I assume that's like a pre-prepared promotional from
Absolutely.
TweetDeck.
But I saw in FaceTime that like the light was actually pretty good in like the direction I was driving. Like, let's go ahead and snap it. Like, just driving. Got it. I'm fine with having nothing to do with this fight, but like keeping my social media on lock. All the
Right,
way.
yeah. It actually said your tweet is actually don't text and drive.
Yeah, right.
Because I would
Here
never.
for it. I would never.
Oh my god.
Dangerous and irresponsible. Okay. So, what's next?
Can I make an impressive display?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know the extent of my elemental control or my producing element.
You don't have to produce any because there's tons of rocks
Right,
and
yeah,
dirt around.
yeah.
But that, I mean, produce element's great when you're like on the roof of a building and there's no
Yeah.
earth. You're like,
Yeah.
well, there is now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know.
I kind of want to just like build a sort of like I want to just expand the like edge of the canyon to just like come over and just engulf the Cerberus and just and
To trap it.
Yes.
Nice.
That sounds like a big weird roll.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a grand wizard.
Yeah. Let's see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Goodbye.
That's a.
It's a
Oh, is that a
reroll.
reroll?
It's out of the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
2 and
Yeah, there you
5,
go.
7. Hey, that's a mixed result. 7 partial success. So, yeah. So,
Okay.
so the I think the stone just sort of like grows out and just covers this dog, and it looks like it blends into the canyon. So,
All right.
we'll see how well
So
it works.
you have a choice to make.
Okay.
Either your stone trap is a little bit brittle, but you will get the thread for making an impressive display,
Okay.
or the stone is less impressive but much more sturdy, and will trap the monster, but you won't get the thread for making an impressive display.
Oh man.
It's Sophie's choice.
I know, right? Yeah.
Literally.
Adam wants the
Literally.
thread. Kinsey would probably want the effectiveness because that's the earthy thing to do.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Adam's the player, so I'm just saying.
That's right. That's right. In this case, I'm the god, Kinsey.
Yeah.
I'm the god.
You do what I say.
You do it. Right?
I'm the boss of you.
Right? Yeah. I'm going to make the impressive display and get the thread,
Nice.
and and it's temporary.
Okay. I like that.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's brittle.
I like including choices that are meta. They're not part of the game at all,
like
but
it.
like
Yeah. I like.
good.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes for a challenging choice.
all right.
I would like to give the demon some glimpses into my pantheon to make him befuddled and mad.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Just like, here you go. Have fun.
I like that.
Nice.
So can I make a weird spellcasting roll
sounds
for
weird.
that? Okay.
Sounds weird to me.
I need to learn more geology. Oh, thanks. Sorry. Yeah.
So they blend in.
I feel like I should say something like, oh, that's not going to hold. It's like,
Ooh, I got
brittle,
doubles.
like-
Again.
Just say the word cleavage, and then you'll have
cleavage.
done rocks right.
Right.
Okay, I got 12, and I got
Okay.
doubles.
Luster and
And this is a spellcasting effect?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, those are geology words?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I've done
okay.
that.
All right, yeah.
And I rolled doubles.
There it is.
Okay.
and hardness. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like the
okay.
Moe's for
Yeah,
Yeah,
us.
those
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
way you.
Yeah.
Good old Mo.
Okay, so
Flaming Moe's hard to scale.
let's go with. I think that probably harms him because mentally, at least.
Yep.
Rethink some things.
Okay, so 2 harm.
Cannot,
And
cannot unsee. And also, can I reveal a secret? Can I like take something from his mind while I'm putting
Yeah.
things in?
yeah, totally.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's all dog thoughts.
Yeah.
Not really in this case. Not a dog. Squirrel. Yeah, it thinks Percy is a squirrel.
Not like the
No.
cone of flame.
It has been sent to assassinate Percy, and it is concerned that the one who sent it is trying to bring it home before it's done because it'll know it'll get in trouble for not
pupper.
killing your friend
Yeah.
before. Not a pupper.
Gonna get smacked on the nose.
No, this demon will be horribly punished for not completing the task before it's being brought home, and it thinks this like tar pit situation is the process of being brought home.
Inadvertently.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
similar.
And now it's in
I
the
like
dark
that.
and getting
Okay.
insanity like
Yeah.
pumped
Now I
directly
feel
into
bad.
its brain.
I mean, it's also an evil demon that's trying to murderize your friend.
It's a
Yes.
dog.
Yeah.
Dog,
Listen,
dog.
You these are muddy waters for Eve.
You can't take that away.
Okay.
You should be clear, like when it became like 3-headed demon dog, like all of the fur is gone.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, the fur's
So it
gone.
doesn't-
It's got like lizard skin.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not like
scaly.
cute and snuggly.
Yeah.
It looks like a relative of mine.
Yeah, like snorting. It snorts fire
Right, yeah.
and smoke.
Yeah.
And,
It is a
Still
lizard
cute.
skin
Glowing-
shaved chihuahua.
yeah, glowing
Yeah.
red eyes. You
Yeah.
know, all
Leave
that
mixed
stuff.
breeds alone. They're mutts, but they deserve love too. I just think you're being super rude.
Hashtag
It's a dog.
Janet the dog.
Yes. In fact, many of the best dogs are
Oh my
mutts,
God,
rescue
yes.
dogs.
Yeah,
Right?
like my dog.
Yay. Good Janet.
I'm really excited because in a couple weeks, Janet will be cleared through her shots to go and meet the giant Fenris dog.
Yes.
And I'm very excited for that to happen. He could be a horse for her to ride on.
Oh,
Yes.
totally.
And-
He should probably have a saddle.
Yeah, and I'm excited about them meeting.
We can make that
Very
happen.
cute.
I just now want to
Amazing.
like make a halfling outrider riding your dog Fenris.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
cute.
it. He'd be terrible at that because he sleeps a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
well,
He's very lazy.
but for like the 20 minutes that he wants to play,
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
more
much
like
energy to
5.
have.
Yeah, right, yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of gumption you have to summon.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yes,
to-
Assumption.
It's not great. Yeah.
Assumption, your gumption.
Gumption assumption.
So, Kimmy, I don't know if
again? Okay.
yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
if you were here. So I created like this shell of rock around the dog.
Got it.
So it's enclosed, but I told you its cleavage is brittle and it has a low hardness.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
That's good.
okay.
Hot. Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something, sedentary rock, shale, got it.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Igneous.
I'll bring you one.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
bring you one of my 4th grade textbooks tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
my
Thank you.
God.
Yeah.
100% what we learned like 3
Right.
months ago.
Yeah.
Nice.
while it's in there, I sent some insanity-inducing imagery into its head of like
nice.
my family,
Some bad thoughts.
some bad thoughts, and then took out some information from it. So
Okay.
I learned that it's been sent to kill Percy, and it thinks the sticky tar is its master trying to call it back prematurely, and it's
it.
going to get in trouble for not killing him.
Cool. So I'm going to try and bend fate.
Nice.
So. Oh, I totally do it. That's 2 6s. So I also get
nice.
So doubles.
I'm glad I switched dice.
Yeah.
So 6 to 14.
That's
So
a miss.
I'm a 10.
Yeah.
no.
So close.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, you went around to 0.
On the plus side, I think this roll is more than every dice you have ever rolled in any one
Ever.
session of
Damn.
Interpol
PBTA.
X.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like
That was
combined.
super.
So combined,
Yeah,
yeah.
all of your.
Too harm from
Yeah.
that roasting.
And I was playing.
Got it.
Yeah, 100%. I was playing GURPS yesterday, and in GURPS you want to roll as low as you can, and
Oh,
I kept
no.
rolling like double
no.
sixes.
Oh, right.
What is happening?
Yeah.
But yes,
The dice hate you.
they do. They do. Except sometimes. On a 10 plus, I choose 2 boons from below and no banes. So I'm going to heal 1 harm on my friends, and
Oh, I hadn't thought about that being used to heal someone else.
oh,
That's cool.
is that okay?
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
I'm not getting in that fight. So.
Although, I
especially-
think you probably should run over to him.
Or sorry, I need to be near him.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's have contact for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Touching.
I'm not going to get close to that fight, so that's
More
not
dramatic.
happening.
Well,
Never
he,
mind.
no, he got thrown away. He's like 20 feet
Oh,
away
okay.
from the,
Then I
from
touch
the
it,
yes.
demon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you missed that part too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then yes, then it is something
Okay.
I would do.
And you saw him like fly through the air. You're like,
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then when it says a gift is pushed beyond its normal limits, does that mean I can impact something that's already happening? Like, can I increase the power of that shell he's made?
It'd be like your gift.
My powers,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like you could get some illusions that are also, they seem like tactile and, you know,
Okay.
like, real legit hologram kind of stuff, or your mimic goes, turned up to 11,
Got it.
whatever it is, but your
Okay.
gift ability is like turned up.
Okay. I think I'm going to inflict 1 harm then.
Okay.
So I'll inflict 1 harm on Demon Pup and heal 1 of your harm.
Okay.
Nice.
So touching that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could have
can't-
like the shell just like crumples in and
Yeah, and I feel like I almost like, and I'm going to put this on myself. It's not necessarily part of the mechanics. Like it has to be a switch. Like I can't just magically do something.
you need to make a deal.
I have to. There's like got to be a price for it.
Yeah.
So I can inflict harm. I can help you, but it's because I have to take help from something. So I'm almost like swapping.
Oh,
like
cool.
stealing.
I love
from-
that. Yeah.
Nice.
So can I say the harm came in when you like somehow you made the demon think that Percy was right there, and it snapped at it, but it actually like banged one head into the stone
Bit
thing.
its own tail.
Yeah.
No, that would be cute.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't happen. It
Yeah.
doesn't even have a tail. It has a lizard butt.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
Yeah, horrible,
Ugh.
horrible monster.
Gross. I hate it.
yeah. We need to keep it gross and hateful
Yeah.
because otherwise it'll be cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Puppers.
yeah. Okay, so I think we've had all that. I think this is a good time for you to park at the base of Runyon.
Yeah, it just cut to me, and I'm now like talking to a fan about like, okay, so if you don't want to do the delayed release on the Instant Pot, you just need to add more time to the manual setting, and that's how you just get everything like right there. As I'm like pulling out my selfie stick, and like, it's like, no, it's great. Okay, please go. It's so bye.
DM me, it'll be good.
Yeah, no, it's great.
DM's
Try to follow. Yeah.
So good. It's so good.
Oh my god. Please
Just always
no, aim
on.
that selfie stick and just headshot snipe the
What I
dog
wanted to
from the bottom
ask
of
was,
the
can I see this sweet, sweet cover from the bottom
There's
of
a
the hill?
horrible monstrous demon at the top of the hill. Like
Good job.
currently like breaking out of this like rock shell, fighting, like scrabbling its way out.
Nice.
Your friend Rock Boy over here has been he's like
Yeah.
like sprawled and like getting back up, and
There are Percy's everywhere.
she's helping him out. Oh yeah, they're all Percy's.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Is it Rock Percy,
Yeah.
Bird Percy,
Yeah.
Tentacle Percy?
Yeah.
Such good Percy. Tall Percy. You're
Tall
like,
Percy.
Tall Percy.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hoodie Percy.
Tall Percy, Raggy,
is very good.
Rock Percy, and Hoodie Percy.
Oh my god.
Sweet. And I just want to be like, having this conversation with this like fan, and I'm like, please go, but go. Like as I'm like setting up like what the audience sees is like a giant sniper rifle. That she sees is like
Yeah.
a rose gold selfie stick.
Yep. Yeah.
And then just I would like to one shot or fight smarter. Okay, I actually have a like
I'm not sure if one shot applies because I think that's if they're.
he's been found guilty of attacking 4 Lewis Tan.
Yeah, that's a medium. That's
All
a
right,
medium
let's go fight
crime.
smarter then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
medium crime. Morally repugnant is gonna need to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
okay.
for sure. Okay, let's go fight smarter then, so I can roll judgment instead of prowess.
I like that.
And I get to add go for the throat
Yep,
because it's epic range.
that sounds right.
Please don't mess up this roll. I want it to be good. 7 plus 2, 9.
Okay.
Yep, that'll work.
So if you go to smite your enemies,
Yes.
that's really what you're doing, and
Yeah.
you
So go for
have
the throat.
You
so
have
it's
the
plus
go
1
for
harm.
the throat option. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one move I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
And epic weapons are 4 harm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a total of 5 harm.
Yes.
Awesome. Is there just a universe in which I just want to get as close to like no scoping this as possible and just like, yeah, thank you. I just need to take a photo really quick. And like I want to pretend to take a selfie with this fan while shooting the gun. Like
Yeah.
because she like sees it as I'm like, oh no, it's cute. I'll post it later.
Yeah.
And it's just like as I look over like peek.
I love
take the
that
shot.
that rifle makes the camera sound.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes me very happy. Sweet. So yeah.
All right.
God, yes.
So there is, yeah, there's the shot. You guys don't even hear it coming, right? But there's a moment where there's this demon struggling, like cracking, getting its way out of it's pulling its feet up out of the thing and ready to lunge at randomly the real Percy. And as it like struggles for it, it's still not totally free, but it's getting loose. It just you see this impact in the middle head, and then the whole thing just evaporates in like fiery smoke, and there's this strong scent of sulfur, permeating the area, and then from very far away you hear this distant like camera click sound. the echoey sound of an epic camera shot.
So good.
Yeah.
And then, like, if she could have seen, like, the canyon doing weird stuff, I, like, want to turn her away and be like, that was a good shot. I can't show you it. I'm sure it's great. Like,
Yeah.
trying to, like, usher her, like, go away.
I'll tag you in it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good question. Does it actually take pictures too? Like,
I choose to believe that she, like, no, the scope, like, looks
Yeah,
like a
okay,
phone.
got
So she has to constantly be like, oh, it's great. Just,
no, it's fine.
I'll show you later. It's fine.
Like, instead of a scope, you just have a special like you put your phone in the like the phone holder.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
I can just, like, scope through it.
Yeah, and that is your scope.
Yeah, I found like, it's a good zoom.
Yeah,
It's the X, obviously.
so, not well-known app.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys hear this distant, echoey camera shutter, shutter snap.
Finally.
There's
And then just, like, a smooch emoji sent to the group.
I casually walk by Raven as I'm going over to Percy, and I just say, do egg farts smell like sulfur, or does sulfur smell like egg farts?
God, you're precious.
Oh God.
Say something awkward.
Nailed it.
So how long are we going to be Percy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I don't think this is...
I look like Percy.
Yeah, we all do. Hi.
It's a great plan. Come on, it worked.
It helped.
It worked if you wanted us all to look like Percy.
That's true.
That was the plan, to confuse the thing.
No, good plan.
Thank you. See?
Nailed it.
100%. Meant to do that.
Damn it, I wish I was close enough to be like, she's lying.
Yeah.
And then mark up her head.
Lying.
Yeah.
The bottom of the
She's like standing there,
Yeah.
like wraps her like shawl around her more. It's like, I'm not climbing up.
Yeah.
You're good. I'm not wearing the shoes for this.
I go over to Eve and like just kind of like grab her, like, you know, like kind of gently. I'm like, "You okay, buddy?"
I'm not Percy.
Oh, yeah, was that
Oh.
That one's Percy.
That's very good. Oh my god.
nice?
Oh, that's great. All right.
So was that an unnecessary lie when I was trying, like, I meant to do that?
Oh, yeah, that's definitely unnecessary. Yeah, that's great.
Nice.
I think we're all pretty
yeah.
aware you didn't mean to do that.
Maybe I did. Still worked.
Right. Yeah. It's great. It's really great.
Okay, so the demon's vanquished. And I should say too, there's this definite sense of like this, you know, fiery, smoky situation, and then most of it, you know, you're sort of waiting for the dust to settle, but it settles too fast. Like it doesn't go into the earth, but it goes like
Thanks.
fairly quickly deflates.
Yeah.
And is drawn in a downward direction, let's say. So, that's our situation, and it's probably a good place to call it a day. And we'll pick up with that next time.
Hi, Thais.
You just see me like slowly opening a green juice. I'm like, you're welcome.
How was traffic?
Oh my god, could you not? How did you get here so fast?
Did you take the 10?
I did.
What?
Liz didn't get me off the 10 until... I don't want to talk about it from here.
You should have taken Franklin.
The selfie stick is still out. I'm just letting you know. I'll shoot a rock.
Okay.
Also, do you know that you all look like Percy?
I meant to do that!
And now I get to do it. You're lying. Actually, can I roll the note?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Wanna roll. Rolling more dice.
Judgment.
7. Oh, plus 2. 9.
Okay,
it. Yep.
Yes.
She's probably lying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But, like...
That's not fair. That's just odds. You don't actually know that.
I mean, I'm not saying it was a bad move.
You're making an educated guess.
All signs point to yes.
Oh my god, I love you guys.
This is so good.
Can I add a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with this, but as part of my loving to annoy Thais, I feel like I have a bunch of sock puppet, like, social media accounts.
Yes!
Oh, I was just gonna go like you got a bunch
Oh
of
my
sock
God.
puppets, so like
Right?
No, we're
Of
like...
course you fucking do.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And I post, like,
Shit.
trolly comments on her stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so it's just like I'm making plans. Like, when she's like, lying, I'm like, oh... I cannot wait to get home. My internet and my Wi-Fi.
Or somebody's
Oh
home.
my
Yeah.
god. Yeah.
Somebody's...
Like my.
Yeah. I'm saying okay right now. The
yeah,
manager's
yeah.
being super nice.
Oh,
like,
great. Yeah. So sweet.
yeah,
Oh my god.
it's nice of
All
her.
right.
I love it.
Well, I think this is a pretty good place to game down.
Yes.
This week. And if you're listening along, you had a good time. We're going to be back next Sunday,
Yep.
4 to
Yes.
8 again for several Sundays. And hopefully we're going to have this much fun every week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's no way we're not.
I feel like it's only going to get better as we like sink into the characters and like
Right,
really
yeah.
get to know them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tune in next
So
time
happy
for
about
Raven, Thais, Kenzie, and Eve to see what happens.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure what else to say.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Can we plug?
Oh,
quick?
yeah.
Can we
That's a good
because tomorrow night at 7, special time, 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, whatever we're
Nice,
in.
nailed it.
7 p.m. tomorrow night Pacific is the finale, the grand finale of Interpol X, featuring Kimmy and Jason.
Oh, yeah, we're both in
Yay!
that.
Yes,
Yay!
It's real
and,
good,
And Mike
folks.
and the other Sam, we're very excited about it. We're going to do a special 3-hour episode,
Yes.
Wrap things up.
That's
and
so good.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah,
There's a leather tuxedo.
there is a leather tuxedo.
Yeah.
And
It is canon.
Yeah, and I'm just
Beautiful.
saying, you're at a super swanky party. Some special guests might show up that others aren't expecting.
Very
I'm
excited.
excited.
Such as a
Yeah.
certain British vampire.
All right.
It's going to be great.
Thank you guys so much. This is the first ever campaign of this system, so we're very excited. And yes, you heard us right. We will be every Sunday, so we're not
Yep.
going to be alternating weeks for this campaign. But it is a limited campaign. There's only going to be 9 sessions, I think, of it. So
Yeah.
They say that.
don't get behind. Listen, and yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Yay!
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye, everyone.
I love you guys so much.
Oh,
I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.